Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you guys watch Barbarian yet?
I haven't.
You haven't? What's the matter with you?
Sorry, I'm busy.
Bro, Barbarian is one of the coolest movies I've seen in a very... Did you watch it, Shem?
No,
Come on. Did you see it, Maury?
Maury saw it.
I did the interview with Justin.
Oh,
Long.
that's right. Yeah. So, but you saw the whole... You watched
I watched
the whole
it in
movie.
the theater.
For God's sake.
Oh, can I actually tell you something?
Yeah.
So they planted people in the theater so that I wouldn't be alone in the theater.
Sorry, what?
What do you mean they planted?
The movie company, because I was going to be the only one seeing this movie.
Right. So what do you mean they planted people?
They sent the movie company's interns to go and sit in the theater so I wouldn't be alone in the theater to watch a scary movie.
Because thinking
and
that
they
you would
didn't tell me.
Thinking that you would probably leave.
Thinking that you would leave or thinking that you would be scared?
Too scared and leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so what would they have done if you got up and left?
Probably report back.
Would they have stopped you? God, could you imagine that? You get up at a movie's
That
too
make it
scary for you. I
scarier.
know. And somebody grabs you by the shoulder and sits your ass back down.
Sit down,
So,
sir.
Barbarian, you have to watch Barbarian, okay? Like, it is like, first of all, Justin Long's character in Barbarian is such an animal. Like, he is deplorable, but he's so good. He's so good. The other movie I watched last night, and I don't know how I missed this one. Maybe Maury did the interviews for this one, too. We ran them on the show. There's a movie on Netflix called Hide and Seek.
Woo!
You ever seen Hide and Seek? That is one of the coolest movies I have seen in years.
You watched that, Shem, obviously.
Years.
Yeah, good movie.
What's the girl's name? What's the lead actor's
Wait,
name?
is it new or is it an old
2019.
movie? Oh, okay.
2019, and I'm telling you right now, I know I recommend a lot of stuff, and I rarely steer people the wrong way, but Hide and Seek is one of the coolest movies I have seen in years.
You mean the one from 2021?
No, it's 2019, isn't it? That's what I thought. It was 2019.
There's like two ones. There's one from 2005 and one from 2021.
2021?
Yeah.
I thought. No, I swear to God, I thought I saw 2019.
With Jonathan
last
Rhys
night.
Myers?
No.
Oh.
Maybe. Hold on here. Is it called Hide and Seek?
It says when a wealthy businessman follows a lead to find his missing brother.
No.
I'm thinking of the TV show then, maybe, Roz?
Hold on here. No. What the hell is that?
Guaranteed.
No.
It's going to be
You shut
something
up.
completely different.
It's going to be roses and peaches.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
Wine and roses.
No, what the hell? Is it Wine and Roses? Is that what I'm talking about? I swear to God, I just watched this movie last night.
Nah.
Yes, I did.
Nah, I think you dreamt you watched a movie called Hide and Seek.
No.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Positive.
Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm screwing this up.
Oh, I can. Bro, you need your
Oh,
readers?
sorry. It's not called Hide and Seek. It's called Ready or Not.
Oh, my God. So different.
Roses and peaches.
No, because what do you say in Hide and Seek? You say Ready or Not. Here I come, right? So the movie's called Ready
It's
or
with
Not.
Adam Brody.
Yeah, Adam Brody and Samara Weaving
And
is
Andy
the
McDowell.
Andy McDowell's in it. I'm telling you. Okay, so forget about Hide and Seek. Ready or Not.
Okay, so don't watch Hide and
don't watch
Seek.
Hide and Seek. Ready or Not is the coolest movie I've seen in years. It's sort of like Get Out. Okay, but in a different world.
Can I read
it's the same? Yeah.
The description?
Sure.
It says
yeah.
a bride's wedding night takes a sinister turn when her eccentric new in-laws force her to take part in a terrifying game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the 1993
No,
TV
Maury,
show.
stop confusing people. I already confused people enough.
I know, ready or not.
Why would you bring something else up?
Hide and Seek, ready or not.
No, it's not called that, jackasses, okay? I wish we could just start over.
And the sequel's called Here I Come.
No, it's not. It's not. No.
Okay, so go watch
And then the
No.
prequel is called Tag You're In.
Okay, listen, jackasses. All
You
right,
sold this
all
so
of you.
well, Rod.
It's a great movie. I don't know how else to sell
What's
a
it
great
called?
movie. It's called Ready or Not. Only Maury found that funny. Only you found that funny. Okay, I've corrected myself. Maury, will admit when I made a mistake. The movie
I'll
is
admit it when I make one.
the movie is called Ready or Not. Trust
And
me
it's on Netflix?
this. It's on. And I think.
Oh my God, dude, you are.
Wow.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident it's on. It's on Netflix.
How confident?
I bet you it's not. I
Shut
bet
up.
you it's not.
Shut up. No.
Here, quickly,
Anyway,
somebody look it up.
Go.
It's on, oh my God, it's on Disney Plus.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's
Yes, it
Netflix.
is. No.
No, it's not. No,
says
it's
Disney
not.
Plus. Watch now.
No, you're lying.
Oh,
Wow.
What's it called again?
ready or not?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Got another slow-mo podcast submission from a Roz and Mocha fan. People love this so much, man. Because it was like accidentally discovered that when you listen to the segments on our podcast at half speed, it sounds like we're drunk.
Which I don't know why that's even a feature on a
think-
podcast. I don't know why anybody, why would you even include that feature on podcasts?
I understand, like, listening to it at 1 times the speed or double the speed where you can just try to plow through a podcast.
I don't agree with that either.
And you could listen to a longer podcast, but still understand what they're saying in a shorter period of time.
I think that
It's not that much shorter.
No, I
So.
think that goes against the sort of artistry of what everybody does and creates. I think that it's the same thing that if you allowed people to listen to songs at double the speed.
I think
But
that's
you
what Maury did with
can.
your book.
What's
I
that?
think that's what Maury did with your book.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, is that how you read my book, Maury?
Absolutely. I
Double
studied
speed?
that book so
Oh,
hard.
you're such a liar. You read nothing.
So ever since it was discovered that this is a thing, we get submissions like all the time from people who are listening to specifically ridiculous conversations that we have on the podcast, slow
Yes.
it down, and then they send it in to us. So Kirsten, who's a huge fan of our show and listens every day and to every single podcast, submitted one from episode 176, which takes us back to July of 2020.
Oh, good year.
And it was a Ask Roz and Mocha question that said, if you could participate in any reality TV show, which would it be? And things got crazy, and we just sound wasted at half speed.
My reality show?
Yeah.
It's not competition based.
Oh, it has to be competition based.
Why?
God.
Hold on. What was he going to say?
Jersey Shore.
No, that
There's
no.
nothing. No.
That's a reality, Ed. The question is, if you can participate in any reality TV show, which one would it be?
Participate.
I would
in
participate in partying.
No, that's not right.
That's my answer.
Yeah, I'm going to participate in getting a venereal disease.
Don't we sound wasted? That's so stupid. Yo, Kirsten, thank you so much
How come
for
Mocha sounds more drunk than Roz?
for
I
that
don't
submission.
know. I think he just gets so amped up talking about Jersey Shore.
Yo, and look at that. Today's Jersey Day, too. I love it.
Truth.
If you find a moment on the podcast where at half speed it sounds like that, like we sound drunk, wasted, then feel free to submit it. Please include your name so we can give you a shout out. Let us know what episode number it was as well.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It was like Prince Charles last night.
Ironing
You know-
your shoelaces?
No, Prince Charles, we found out travels with the teddy bear.
Yeah.
Right, his childhood teddy bear. So we have one.
And his nanny, his childhood nanny still
Yeah,
takes care
yeah.
of the teddy bear or something like that? Fixes it up?
So one of the cats dragged one of Roxy's teddies into bed, right? And so we have a teddy bear in the bed now.
Okay.
And whenever I go down to sleep, Catherine, I fall asleep immediately, and then she watches a movie. And I figured that for me, this has been like my ultimate way of falling asleep lately, is that I go down, she leaves her lamplight on,
Yeah.
she watches TV, and she's there, she's present, and I fall asleep immediately.
Sure.
And so she, as soon as I fall asleep, she takes this teddy bear and like tucks it under my chin, right? And then takes pictures of me while I'm sleeping.
What a troll.
Right?
Oh, no. Man.
And that's what I wake up to in the morning.
She thinks about that all day. In her mind, she's like, I cannot wait till Ross falls asleep tonight.
I'm going to show this to you one time and one time only, okay?
Hold on, let me see.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Oh my God.
Right? Like tucks the
you're so snuggled up.
Like she tucks the teddy under the blanket with me and then tucks the teddy's head under my chin and then starts paparazzing me.
You know what's even more incredible is the fact that she had the time to make sure the lighting was perfect and put that joint on portrait mode. Yeah, that's so funny, dude.
Okay, hold on. So I wake up most days to pictures of me. Hold on, let me show you. Let me see if I can find. There's another one here.
You should put that up on the gram. Hashtag no filter.
Bro, there is like, first of all, there isn't a filter that would fix that. I don't think.
Wait, so whose teddy bear is it? It's Roxy's from when she was a kid?
Yeah, I think it's like one of Roxy's teddy bears, right? And then, but the cat drags. We have a cat that steals, and mainly she steals Catherine's underpants. Like the cat in the middle of the night goes on panty raids, and she breaks into Catherine's drawers and then takes all the underpants out except for the couple that she wants to play with, and then brings them to the living room.
Yeah.
But like I get pictures like this too of me sleeping on the couch when I pass out, right?
Oh my God.
Like just
that look on your face,
right?
You're dead. The way your arms are positioned, that is like after a really good meal.
I look like I got shot, but instead of being like, "Oh my God, baby," like
blanket.
no, it's like paparazzo. So anyway, so that's my thing now is that I'm sleeping so well with like a teddy. Like I've had the two best nights sleep ever when she tucks a freaking teddy bear under my chin.
Do you wake up though with the teddy?
Yes.
And like the first time it happened, though.
Yes.
Were you curious, or you just kind of figured it was there? Maybe the cat brought it, and
okay.
Because it was that picture that you showed.
Yeah.
It really does look like, and that teddy was snuggled right up on you.
Thank you.
So you weren't curious after the very first time, or you just accepted it?
Well, the teddy's been in the bed for a while, but I'll tell you what I did when I woke up in such a great mood the first night Catherine put the teddy bear under my chin.
Yeah.
When I woke up, I kissed it on the nose.
No, you didn't.
And then I tucked it back in and I got up.
Oh my God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Yo, it's Roz and Mocha.
Oh, hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. I need to know if this text that you sent through, if you were part of the... Okay. What's your name?
It's Shawn.
Sean texted Roz and said, Roz should upload a photo of him on a subreddit called Plushophiles. It's for grown-ups that love teddy bears.
Oh, for God's sakes.
So
it's actually a pretty... It's disturbing. Let's just put it that way.
So, Sean, please tell me you're not part of this subreddit, are you? Don't look it up, Roz. I see that you're going to. Okay.
No.
So how do you know about it?
Not a no. Well, I was scrolling through Reddit one day, and someone had recommended clicking on that subreddit. So I did, and I immediately shut it down.
Okay. So when you go to that subreddit, Roz, right, it'll have like the heading for that post, so like so cute and fluffy. But every single one of these posts has the NSFW right beside, and the picture is blurred out.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you do not click on the photo for it to unblur.
I won't.
Because I clicked on two.
Yeah. What'd you see?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. What these people are doing with these stuffies.
No. No.
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff out there, man.
Yeah.
Maury found a website where my feet are on it.
Yes. Yeah. What was it called? Like Footopedia or something? Maury?
Something like that. Yeah. Where there's just pictures of my feet.
Anyway, Sean, thanks for the suggestion. However, I needed to give Roz the warning.
How big is this community, do you think, of grown people who like to cuddle in that kind of way with stuffies? Like, how big's that community?
8.2 thousand.
It just got bigger by one person.
That's what she said. 8.2 thousand members of this one particular subreddit called Plushophilia.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, the full name of it sounds even more horrific. The Plushophiles.
Yeah, it's not a good place to be. But thank you, Shawn, for the recommendation. But I suggest that everyone stay away from that subreddit.
Now I gotta look.
No,
I don't want to look anymore. I don't want to look anymore.
You click on the first one?
Yeah. I don't want to look anymore. No, I'm done.
Stop.
Ah!
Thanks, Shawn.
Yeah, cool, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been way too long. The one, the only Canadian icon, Canadian legend.
Stop.
Friend of the show.
Roz!
Desman is in the building.
Oh my God, dude!
Welcome back,
I hugged you guys
brother.
so hard right now.
I
I don't
know.
even I don't think I can hug anybody any harder than that.
It's a big family reunion in here with Shawn Desman, who's been in our lives for the duration of the show, 13 plus years.
Yep.
Shawn Desman has been in my life for 20 plus years, the duration of his career. And you want to talk about resume, you want to talk about career, Shawn Desman is the guy.
It must be the man in me. So I said, let's go. Let's get it started. It's electric on a night like this. Shiver. Nobody does it like you.
Check the resume, ladies and gentlemen. That is Shawn Desman.
Guys.
Check the resume.
Bro.
You guys just rocked my world, man.
Ah, buddy. Come on, man.
Shawn, I don't think you know, and I know that you've had one hell of a summer with, OVO and Drake and just the love and everything else. And I especially with people that you love, it always seems weird to me to say welcome back to somebody because welcome back implies that you went away. And I always find that to be a little bit odd and possibly hurtful. But welcome back. And we love you so much. And we know that you sort of stepped away from things for all the right reasons a few years ago. And to have you back and looking the way you did when you strutted into this room today, man, it is a joy to watch you do it.
Guys, I hold very few people near and dear to me, okay? And I can honestly say Roz, Mocha, and Maury. Our relationship stems further than this business, than us, what we do here. Yeah. Mocha, man, if you call me and you say, yo, Cruz wants you to come to his birthday party, meet all his friends, I'm there. Roz,
His birthday's in
Catherine
April.
or Roxy, hey, Dad, it would be really cool. I am there. Maury, you want me to pop out of a cake with a bowl wrapped around my ding dong for Maddie? I will do that. I will think about it.
Didn't you do that like 10 years ago?
But honestly, guys, this is so... You can only imagine how surreal this is for me. It's been so long, and music is all I've done forever. And we were talking off air, Roz, first of all, congratulations. I congratulated you off the air, but I'm so proud of you. Putting yourself out there, and you were saying, yes, now you know what it kind of feels like every time an artist or something, you're on the other side now.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy to be here and so happy to be back doing what I love. And the response since OVO, my life has not been the same. That guy, Drake, changed my life that night. He changed my life with the words he said to me. Even after my big show at the Rivoli last Thursday, he reached out to me again and was like, dude, I am so happy you listened to me that night. And you didn't just let what happened up on that stage at OVO and then it just fizzle out. I'm so happy.
So I want to go back real quick. Shawn Desman on the Roz and Mocha Show, by the way. I want to go back to that OVO night when you hit that stage and you look out at that crowd, right?
Yeah.
And the crowd is there for everyone
Absolutely.
who's on
It was
that
an
bill,
amazing
right?
lineup.
But at the same time, you start performing and you see the looks on everyone's face, the response, them singing your song back to you. And we're talking songs that are 20 years old, right? And the response that you get at the end of that night, you settle down, you get home, you're with your family.
Yeah.
Like, what's going through your mind at that point?
So I'm going to tell you, we got in the car after the show, like 1, 2 in the morning. Me, my wife, my kids were there. And my wife turned to me and said, babe, I don't think you realize what you did up there tonight. And I was like, yeah. She's like, I can feel it now, babe. It is your time. You need to do this. And my wife has had her health struggles the last 5 years, and it's been really difficult. But to hear her finally give me the stamp of approval, like, you need to go and do this. I know, because she knows there's been a void in my life for the last little bit. And I've been dealing with it. And to get that from her, that was all I needed. And of course, you don't look for gratification from people, but when Drake tells you Shawn Desman needs to make music again now, it
like it lit a fire, right?
Was that
lit a crazy fire?
Was that the first time your kids were able to see you perform like that?
Yeah. They finally, like, that night, I think they kind of realized, like, oh, my dad's a little bit of a big deal, you know? And like, it was funny. We walked into the green room and Drake sees me, calls me over, and I'm like, okay, guys, we're gonna go talk to Drake. Please don't embarrass me.
That'd be cool.
Actually, shout out to my kids right now. They're listening. Caden, Owen, and Sian, I love you guys, and my wife, Chantel. And so I'm like, we're going to go meet Drake. Don't embarrass me. I'll ask if we can get pictures with him, okay?
Yeah.
And Drake was so gracious, so kind to them, spoke to them, and they were so happy.
It's incredible, though,
Yeah.
right? Because when you sort of hit, when you hit, and then you start a family and all this stuff, the heights that you hit before they even existed are just stories, right?
Yeah.
And so to see those stories sort of come to life in their eyes, like, kids understand. The one thing that I know just from, having a kid, and Mocha does, and you understand as well, is that kids understand magic.
Oh, yeah.
And kids believe in magic.
Yeah.
And when you get to sort of be magical in front of your kids, I don't know if there's anything better.
There's not. I'm getting to share this with them, which is so incredible. And even my oldest son, who's 14, after the Rivoli show last Thursday for the release of Maniac and whatnot, I got home later than they did. He was on the couch watching TV at like midnight. And he's like, Dad, you did a really good job tonight.
Oh, man.
Bro.
That's from my 14-year-old, you know, like.
Has his life or have your kids' lives changed, like going to school now because their dad's name is all over the place? Their dad's song is all over the radio?
I'm not sure it's changed because I think people have kind of known, but now that stuff is happening again, it's definitely changing a little bit. Like, I go pick them up at school and everybody is just like, congratulations.
Yeah.
We're so happy you're back. Like, don't leave us again. Like, when people say that to me, I'm just like,
it's crazy because especially this business and in this country, people tend to be a little bit more jaded than I think they are in other places. But the response to you is that aspect of fandom is non-existent. And I don't know if you knew how much people were rooting for you even behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
I don't know if you knew, like, and I'm sure you had terrible days where, you felt that it was maybe over or
I did.
all this stuff. But, people were rooting for you. And like me and Mocha, like, no joke, we talk about you all the time. Like, it's crazy. Like, I think, and I hope you know now how much people were rooting for you.
I do. I'm seeing it, man.
Shawn, I just want to read to you some of the texts that are coming in on the Roz and Mocha text line. Guys, this is so touching. I'm on the verge of tears. Y'all are amazing. I love Shawn Desman. Somebody else said, I didn't realize how much I missed hearing Shawn Desman until I started hearing all of his songs again. Excited for this new Shawn era. Welcome back. Shawn, I listened to you when I was a kid, and now I have kids. It's a full revolution. Please never go away again. I love Shawn Desman. So glad he's making music again. Shawn Desman getting me emotional. I had the pleasure of meeting Shawn a long time ago, opening a show for him. What an absolute gem. Great to hear his voice on the show again. So this is like, for the past few weeks, right? This has been your life.
Yeah.
Where you're hearing from people who listen to your music for years on years, but then you're also hearing from people who are hearing you as an artist for the very first time.
Yeah.
So it's like it's got to be like a mixed bag of emotion, right?
It's a mixed bag of emotion because, again, I have the most amazing loyal fan base, and then now I'm kind of like a big deal on TikTok, and now all these kids are seeing everything.
Yeah.
And like I'm opening up those doors, and then like it's crazy. And it's funny because I'm like 10 years ago, let's say like 10 years ago, Nobody Does It Like You came out.
Yeah.
2012. So if you were in high school, let's say you were 15, you're now 25. That's like my kind of like my sweet spot. And I just can't believe that. And then like you said, some of these people who were fans in 2000, I've gone through like 2 decades of like Shawn Desman, and now they have kids and their kids are listening to Shawn Desman. It's incredible. It's wild.
How long were you sitting on Maniac for?
It's a funny story. So I wrote the original version of Maniac in 2014.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
You know what? I knew I had a feeling.
Really? So you had this in the pocket this
I had
whole
this.
time?
So the original version, a lot's changed from it. So the one thing that didn't change is that she's a maniac, but you always come right back. Like the chorus is the chorus. And so when after OVO and I signed a new deal with Wax Records, Jamie from Wax, I was sending him a bunch of music and I sent him Maniac. And he's like, whoa, sorry, what's this? I'm like, just a song. He's like, oh, okay, pause. We need to rework this, redo the production. Let's rewrite some stuff because this could potentially be amazing. That's like a smash chorus. And so we do that and it's like, oh my God, pause. Like this is amazing. So yeah, I've had the Maniac's been bubbling since 2014. That's
amazing.
So what else are you holding out on?
I can't tell you. It's a secret. No, I'm now like in full writing creative mode for the EP. Got a few things I'm really excited about. And hopefully, an EP summertime. Obviously, there'll be more singles before that, but like Maniac just came out and I'm going to ride this.
Good.
Yeah. And after that performance at Rivoli that you did last week, sold out show, by the way, in your mind, you probably already have like a stage show planned. So are we thinking tour from Shawn Desman as
Tour,
well?
and I also want to do what I did at the Rivoli, like in every major market.
Yeah.
It's like small and intimate, but feels big. Fans, industry people, like, because it was so great. There was so much love in the room because everybody there wanted to be there.
Yeah,
like it was such a great feeling. It's such a great night.
And Maniac has taken off. It's like such a big song in the country, and like you see the numbers coming in.
I do.
You hear the song playing on the radio, right? You see those streaming numbers.
I do,
like
and
that go up every single day.
And like people don't see this and like hear all these things of the industry jargon, but Maniac is the number 2 most added song at Top 40 Radio in the country, behind Rihanna. And you know what? This guy right here, after so long not putting out music, I will take that.
Yeah, man.
I will take that.
Bro.
Do you have others in the industry who are reaching out like after all this time being like, yo, like welcome back, by the way. Let's work together.
Yeah, so many people. Like everybody's coming out of the woodwork.
Anyone you could talk about yet?
I mean, I've always like wanted to do, and we talk about it a lot, me and Cardi.
Yeah.
I would love to do a record with Cardi, and he's such a good dude. He's one of my biggest fans as well, man. Cardi, if you are listening, I appreciate you so much. When I sent him Maniac, one of the first people I sent, and he texted me back. I was in Dominican Republic, and he texted me back right away. He's like, holy, this is insane.
You don't even remember this, but I remember that Cardi was on a Red Hair remix.
Yes, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how are we not?
I know.
The logical answer is we need Cardinal Official on the official Maniac remix.
And it's funny. It's funny you said that because after he texted me again, like another text that same day, it was like, yo, I think this needs a rap verse. And he's like, no, it doesn't. Like, you know what I mean?
Listen, if Cardinal, he's like one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah,
okay. If we can get him on a record with one of my favorite people in the entire world,
man,
that would be a dream come true. So Cardi, if you were listening, you have the song. You know how many bars you need.
He wants too many bars.
Let's get the vocals ready.
God, I love it.
Shawn, we can't thank you enough for making time for us. You always make time for us. You're always so generous with your time for the Roz and Mocha Show. And again, you know how much you mean to us.
Oh my God.
And we are so incredibly happy, so incredibly proud of you. And anything that we can do to take Maniac to be the biggest song in the country, you know you have our support.
Oh my God. You guys are incredible, man. You guys have always, throughout this whole time, man, anytime I reached out for you guys are incredible. sincerely mean it when I say I love you guys. Shem, I see you, bro. First time I'm meeting this guy.
Yeah,
How's
so
that
crazy.
even possible?
Shem's been on the show forever, and you guys
It's because I haven't been in studio.
I know.
We're always on the phone, right? But honestly, thank you. I cannot thank you guys enough. I love you guys so much.
Love
man.
you too.
And real quick, because your fans are texting in like nuts.
Yeah.
Right now. Like it's crazy. Like we'll send you all of these texts so you can read them later.
Please.
Yeah. But the floor is yours. What do you want to say to all of the massive Shawn Desman fans out there, whether they've listened for 20 years, whether they've listened for 5 years, whether they've just started listening 3 days ago?
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with me and for listening to Maniac, listening to all the songs. I truly appreciate it. If you see me out and about, please come and say hi. Let's take a picture. I love all of that. And I promise you, I won't leave you again.
You're the best, Shawn. You really are, dude.
Shawn Desman, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
We love you, bro.
Thank you, guys.
We love you
Love
so
you
much,
guys.
man.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Would you be interested, I'll pull the room here, in a sequel to Devil Wears Prada? Or is Devil Wears Prada one of those movies that we love it the way it was and don't go back to the same well? Deepa, I'll start with you.
Leave it the way it is. Don't need a sequel.
No sequel. Damn it, Maury.
Absolutely. One of my favorite movies. I'd love to see what happens next. Why not?
Shem, very curious as to your opinions on Devil Wears Prada.
Well, I trust Meryl Streep.
Yes.
It's because you have a crush on her.
That too.
Truth.
And Martha Stewart. Don't
Yes.
forget Martha. I'm going to say, yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Interesting. Mocha, you a fan of Devil Wears Prada?
Never seen it.
There we go. That's what I figured. So here is, that's why I went to you last, man. Here is Anne Hathaway on The View talking about whether there could ever be a sequel to that classic.
Fans, of course, now are hoping and inquiring about if there would ever be a Devil Wears Prada sequel. Yeah. You've said no. Tell me why.
I don't know if there can be. I just think I just think that movie was in a different era, like now everything's gone so digital, and that movie centered around the concept of producing a physical thing. And it's just very different now. Although it is tempting to think about like Andy and Emily needing to get Miranda her coffee and she's somewhere in Europe. And then along the way, they pick up Stanley Tucci in Italy, who's at a restaurant. And it's tempting, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I love that she says that she doesn't think it can happen and then gives a great plot line.
Thank you, Maury. Thank you. She just solved her problem.
So what's the movie about?
Devil Wears Prada?
It's a true,
it's
loosely based on a
they're
true
in
story.
they're okay. So they're in.
Is it like a supernatural type thing?
Yes. So it's very much like a hyper series. Remember Little Nicky with.
Yes, Adam Sandler. Love
very
it.
much like that, only a little bit more of a serious tone. So Anne Hathaway dies, right?
Okay.
And then she's obviously, the whole movie takes place in hell, right? And they have to make these things. I don't even know what these things were that the world loved, and they had to send them back up, right? And they were mistaken at one point when they were sending them back up, and there was like a demon, I guess, or an entity in it, and they would put it in what they figured is that they could put them in Prada bags in hell and send them up to the world, and then all these women would buy these Prada bags, and then that's how the demons would sort of infiltrate their lives.
Which is why I loved it. Demons.
And that's people want a sequel to
somewhere
that?
around there,
Yes.
she gets the demon the coffee. As she
Yes.
said.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like the demon's assistant kind of thing, right? And she was the one that came up with the idea for putting it in a Prada bag. And then that's where the conflict started.
And who's the demon? Meryl Streep?
Meryl Streep. So Anne Hathaway at this point, because she came up with the Prada bag idea, she was then got support from all the sort of other hellions to take over hell and dethrone Meryl Streep and become the devil in Prada, right?
Best way to describe it, Mocha, Meryl Streep was like Thanos.
Yes, very much like Thanos. Yes, very much like Thanos. And so she would have then been the devil in Prada, right? And,
you know what?
Yeah.
I may actually watch that movie.
Yeah,
today.
you should. Watch. So the three movies what did I say? You got to watch Barbarian.
Yes.
Okay. You have to watch Ready or Not, which is a fantastic movie, and you have to then watch Devil Wears Prada. You could watch. You know what? You could do 1, 2, and 3, and they'll actually kind of all go together.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like if you did Barbarian and then Devil Wears Prada, that's a hell of a night of scares.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
into
for
it.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
go for it. Cool. There's something else I wanted to do here. I don't remember what it was. Shut up, Deepa.
What? I didn't say any. I literally didn't say anything.
Yo, are you guys? Look at Shem's face. Are you guys
both Deepa? Turn your cameras off, you two. Both of you. Now. Thank you. Deepa's gone.
Guys.
No, Deepa, we can still hear you.
Are you guys trolling me just now?
Say my mic.
Deepa, okay, then turn your mic off and leave your camera on then.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to watch Devil Wears
No,
Prada.
come on.
Guys.
Come on. Look at Shem in there. Done.
Shem, your camera's on, but I can still see you through the glass. You're in the next room over.
Ruining it.
You guys.
Ruining everything.
I hate you guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So we all know Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen are getting a divorce after 13 years.
Hurt.
It really is a sad story, though. And it kind of makes Tom Brady look like the villain in all of this.
Yeah, I haven't got too deep into it, so I don't know. I mean, I assume that when you're with somebody like that who is just so obsessive that it's not an easy relationship. Like Tom Brady is one of those rare people who just, he's on a different world.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be a lot to coexist with somebody who is that obsessed about something that is not you.
He just wants more rings. He wants more championships.
Yeah.
He just wants to keep winning.
And other people are like that, and they find a way to make it work. They
Mm-hmm.
do manage to find, that balance, but it's tough.
And, he had said that he was going to retire, and Giselle was happy about that because in her mind, the discussion was more time with the family.
And I think he had been saying that for the last couple of years, right? Like,
and then, a couple of weeks later, he announces that I'm retiring now.
It's so much easier when famous people just sleep with the nanny.
What do you mean? In what way is that easier?
Well, no, it's so much easier it's easier for me. I can pick a side. It's easy. Right? I like both of them.
No, but I feel like this side is easy to pick, no? Like, he picked career over family. Like, he has kids, he has a wife, and she's talked about this for so long about, focus on the family. And she's also saying because of his age now, she's concerned that he's going to get, like a serious injury that he's not going to be able to recover
You're
from.
asking the person who does something in this world better than anyone else who has ever done that thing to not do it anymore. That's tough.
Yeah, but
do you want to live with that person?
But you got so many W's already,
right?
man.
I know. It's tough. That's what I'm saying. It's hard. It's not easy.
At what point is more not enough?
Bro,
right?
I mean,
So get this, though. So Tom Brady actually talks about this. I didn't know that he had his own podcast.
Yeah.
But it's called Let's Go. And he was asked about the divorce
girls.
on his own podcast. Listen to this.
Tommy, there's an awful lot going on in your life away from the football field. You're a very public figure, and your personal life spills over. And it's created, I'm sure, a number of challenges for you this season.
Yeah, Jim. I think there's a lot of professionals in life that go through things that they deal with at work and they deal with at home. And obviously the good news is it's a very amicable situation. And I'm really focused on two things, and taking care of my family and certainly my children. And secondly, doing the best job I can to win football games. So that's what professionals do. You focus at work when it's time to work. And then when you come home, you focus on the priorities that are at home, and all you can do is the best you could do. And that's what I'll just continue to do as long as I'm working and as long as I'm being a dad.
I don't know. In my opinion, his I know he's saying his priorities are his family and football, but realistically, in the order, at least from my perspective, the priority is football number one, family number two.
Sure, but it's always been that way, though.
I know, but he was at a point in his life where he could take football and put it behind him.
But what I'm saying is that nothing changed. It's always been that way.
No.
It's not like something changed. I don't know what their arrangement was, but it's not like he flipped it and suddenly decided to take football a little bit more seriously. Their whole relationship has been this dynamic.
Shem?
Yeah, I think, though, because he had retired, there was probably this feeling from Giselle, okay, finally, he's going to put the family first,
Sure.
according to her. And then when he turned around and said, nope, I'm going to go back, she was like, well, come on. And you know what? Look, she also may have things that she wants to do. Of
course.
You know what I mean? Career-wise, I'm speaking. Obviously, she's a massive supermodel, but she may have things that she wanted to do. She was maybe looking forward to doing with Tom, retiring. But now that he's back, it's tough. So.
But when you're with somebody, when you have two people who are just so exceptional, right? Like it's difficult. It would be like being with somebody who, is in music where they're, 75 and still want to tour for 8 months out of the year. Like, can you ask somebody to not do that? Even if they decide to take some time off and then decide to go back on the road, like it's hard.
Tom Brady on his podcast called Let's Go with Tom Brady, talking about his divorce from his wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife, Gisele Bündchen.
Is there a challenge compartmentalizing between the two?
Well, I think that's what being a professional is. So I've dealt with a lot of challenging situations on and off the field over 23 years, and a lot of it does play out, in front of a lot of people. So, I think the interesting thing for, football player, athlete in general is, you're out there. I always say we're not actors, even though we're on TV, that is our real self out there. We're trying to do our best. That's how people really have gotten to know me over the years, by being on TV. And that is an authentic self that's out there to compete with my teammates every day. And you're giving all you can to the team. And, everyone's going through different things. We all have our unique challenges in life, and we're all humans, and we do the best we could do. And I have incredible parents that have always taught me the right way to do things. I want to be a great father to my children and always try to do things the right way as well. And to deal with things that in your life that have challenges, you want to deal with in the best possible way. So I want to always be able to hold my head high on and off the field, and I'm going to try to continue to do that for as long as I'm here.
Let me just read a couple of texts that we're getting here. 925-555. You can't expect things to remain the same through your entire lifetime. That's not how relationships work. Just because football was originally his priority doesn't mean it will automatically be acceptable through their entire lifetime together. Another person says, it sounds like kids are number one. He wants to provide the best future for them. Another person said, haven't you guys ever heard Michael Jordan talk? It's an obsession. Mm-hmm. Being a professional athlete and being an elite professional athlete is an obsession. Everything else comes second. Mm-hmm. Another one said...
I'll tell you, this would be a much different conversation if the Buccaneers were 8-0 right now.
Yeah.
It would be.
That's a fact.
It would be. It would be a much different conversation.
Another person said, we celebrate women for their careers and she makes more, but we knock a man for doing what he loves. Reads another text at 925-555.
That's entirely accurate.
What about Gisele's work? She earns more than he does. So if he told her to give up her work, what would people say then? So it's okay for her to tell him to give up his work. Wouldn't that be a double standard? And finally, priorities change with age. You need to grow up.
Yeah. I think also that there's the notion of people look at Brady in this season and are like, oh, yeah, you should have retired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was right.
Yeah.
She was right.
Oh, yeah, he's reading all of those. She was right text.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lies.
So question for you. Is lying ever okay? Now, and I don't mean to a boss or to like somebody you barely know. I mean to like your partner.
Always.
Like the person always more.
Oh, sorry. Did I jump in too quick?
So the question is, have you ever had to lie to like somebody you really care about in order to keep something a secret?
My engagement.
Your engagement.
I couldn't tell Matthew that I was going to propose on stage with Mariah Carey. I had to keep that whole thing a secret.
Right. Yeah. So that's the kind of thing, right? But also other stuff, Maury. Like out of all the things, Maury brings that up, right?
The one.
Yeah. Out of all the lies you've told to keep all the secrets
how much
you
time
have.
You got?
I know. I like how you bring the one that makes you look good and not like the one that makes you look like a good husband, not the thousands that make you look lousy. But
like
let's go with that
like
one.
The lie from last week, for example.
What was that one?
Yeah, exactly. Which one?
Which one?
Hey, you know what?
Which
let's
one?
turn the tables.
Okay.
Let's open it up to the audience.
Yeah. Okay. So that is the question. Have you ever?
Wait, have you?
Have
Roz?
I? Yeah,
proposal.
Yeah, sure. Like the whole proposal thing, right? Like I lied. But
Oh,
no,
yeah,
but
yeah.
no. But did I actually lie? No, I didn't actually lie because it never came up.
What about the wildflowers? Like, did she ever ask why there were tons of wildflowers growing?
No, because I plant stuff all the time. Like I never lied. Like
That was
I
a lie
never.
right there.
I never. What do you mean?
Well, it's not.
Well, because you didn't tell her it was for a proposal.
She didn't ask.
So it's her
So it's her fault.
Tiana, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Doing good.
Lies.
Lies.
So the question was, what was the lie you had to tell somebody in order to keep a secret? And is that an acceptable lie, would you say?
100% it was acceptable. 120% it was acceptable.
Okay, what happened?
Okay, so it was my boyfriend's birthday. He was turning 40, a big birthday. So this guy, you can never get anything past him. He knows everything. He's the planner. So he goes out of town with his brother during his birthday. So I'm like, oh, perfect. Let me just plan something later on. So him and I are like, me and his brother are talking back and forth, trying to plan a 40th birthday party surprise for him. So I thought to myself, how am I going to like get this one over on him? Anyways, kept planning. Okay, we're going to get a limo. We're going to go to the club. We're going to, you know what I mean? We're going to get all the family together. This guy has no idea. This went on for like 3 months, okay?
Damn.
So how I got him to agree to even going out for the night, I told him my work gave us all dinner vouchers or drink vouchers for Drake's restaurant downtown.
Okay.
So he's like, no way, this is awesome. How much is that? I'm like, don't worry, it's all paid for. Meanwhile, I'm like literally crapping my pants going, how am I going to pull this off now? I had to keep this lie going for like 3 months.
But what was the actual thing you were doing?
We ordered him a limo.
Yeah.
And we surprised him for his birthday. And all his family and friends were in the limo. So as we went downstairs to get our fake Uber, there's a big white stretch limo downstairs. And he's like, oh, look, someone's having a party. And I'm like, I know, right? Wouldn't that be so funny if I went up to the limo door and opened it and joined their party? He's like, don't do that. You would do that? I'm like, it's me. I would do anything. I opened the door and all his family and friends were inside and they were all screaming surprise. And he
I
was
don't
like,
know, man. I don't think the lie could be better than the thing.
Did you end up going to Drake's restaurant though?
No.
Oh, but he was so excited to go.
No, the lie.
excited.
No, the lie. You can't tell somebody, hey, guess what we're doing on Friday night? And they're like, what are we doing on Friday night? And you're like, we are going to see Drake. And then you're like, actually, guess what we're doing? Grandma's here.
So where did you end up going that night? Even though you ordered the limo and you got like all his family and friends there, where did you end up going?
Well, so we ended up going for like a little drive, and then we ended up at like Sugar Daddy.
Come on, no,
Oh,
you blew it.
goodness.
No, you blew it. The lie can't be better than the surprise.
I know. You know what? But like honestly, it was like the only way I could like get him to like.
No.
Oh really? Oh wow! Right? So.
No. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. If you ever had to lie in order to keep a secret or a surprise, and in Tiana's case, the lie was better than the actual surprise. So if you've made that mistake, if you've had the lie to keep a surprise, give us a call 416-870-8888 or just shoot us a text at 925-555.
Thank you, Tiana.
You're welcome.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lies. Have you ever had to lie in order to keep a secret? Like these are the sort of lies that you justify as necessary because you're trying to keep a surprise or you're trying to keep a secret in a positive way. Mm-hmm. But you still have to lie through your teeth until that day comes.
Deepa, do you have a story? You ever had to...
No, I'm a really bad liar, so I'd get caught immediately. There's no point in
What
me
makes you a bad liar, do you think?
I don't know. I get nervous.
Yeah.
I start to second guess my own abilities because then I'm like, oh my God, the person knows I'm lying. And then I start giggling. Like, as soon as I start giggling, I mean, that's all the time, though. You know I'm lying.
I found that people who are terrible liars are also the most gullible. They're the most susceptible to being lied to.
I mean, I disagree.
You're the most gullible person on this show.
Not that gullible.
Somebody said that they bought a condo and hid it from their girlfriend for 4 years.
What?
Actually, sorry,
God.
4+ years.
That's the exit plan is what that is.
My kids are vape smoking, and I'm lying to my husband because he will be so upset. Another person said, sometimes you have to lie to protect people's feelings. My boyfriend knows I have crushes on all of you, but when he asks if I would leave him for you, I say no. But yeah, I would.
Oh my God.
No need for him to know that, though.
Did she leave a name?
Did not. Oh, I don't know why I should read this next one, but they texted in, so I'm just going to do it anyway.
Okay,
and
go.
let them figure it out after. Okay, you ready?
Go. Yeah.
When my boyfriend, now husband, asked how many people I slept with before him.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Should I continue?
Yeah, sure.
you
Why
should.
not? Yeah.
I lied and told him less than a handful, including him, instead of more than 2 handfuls, including him. I'm a good person and didn't want him to think otherwise. 22 years, faithfully later, he still doesn't know, and there was nothing to worry about.
Well, no
Sounds like a text I'd send.
Oh, well, that's another lie right there.
Yeah.
That's another lie.
Line 3, go ahead.
So basically, it was my boyfriend's birthday, and I was taking him to Niagara Falls, and I told him it was just us, but he's not really a party person. And so I got an Airbnb, and I rented the whole Airbnb, but it kind of separates into 2 apartments. And so when we got there, I had access to both apartments, and he couldn't understand why. I was like, oh, the lady's so nice. She let us pick which apartment we want. So let's look at both of them. And so we picked one. He picked the one that he liked, and that was great. We went for dinner, and we come back, and I was like, oh, my gosh, what if we run out of toilet paper? Let's go into the other apartment and grab some extra toilet paper. And he was like, no, there's cameras. Like, she can see that you're going to go into the other apartment. I'm not going in there. And so I open the door. He's like, what the hell are you doing? And I go inside, and I'm like, what? It's not that serious. I'm like, come inside for a sec. He's like, no, I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. They can see me. And so his friends were hiding in the bedroom that was right by the door. And he just wouldn't come in, so they had to, jump out and, come out to him. But, I was trying to convince him so bad to come into the second apartment, and he just wouldn't do it. But, it was funny because he was like, no, we're going to get in trouble, and he just wouldn't do it. But it worked out in the end, and, his friends surprised him. Oh, my gosh. It was, stressing me out because I'm like, it's not that serious. Just come in. And he was getting so mad because he's like, what are you doing? We're going to get in trouble.
No, you screwed up.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, you
Way
screwed
too
up.
elaborate.
No,
Toilet paper.
No. Your boyfriend sounds like a great guy. Like he's a keeper to me, right?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to get involved in that stuff.
Yeah,
It's I'm
he's
not
like,
going-
no, I'm not. He's like, we didn't even check upstairs, but there's probably extra toilet paper. We didn't even check. You're just going in.
Yeah, being logical.
Yeah, what a terrible lie. No, you screwed that up.
Thanks so much.
No problem. Take
Bye,
care.
love.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The lies we tell, y'all.
Bro, there's a lot of lies going on. What have you had to lie about? But in order to keep something a secret or to keep a surprise alive, right? Are those okay lies?
I think so.
Is it fine? Because that can sometimes get messy, though, right? That can sometimes get messy when you got to lie because it's not like these types of lies, it's never just one lie, right? You have to consistently lie about it. So it's like you lied over and over and over again in order to keep something a secret or a surprise.
The day that I had to go and pick up Jenna's engagement ring.
Right.
I had to lie because the timing of everything, it was like we went away with her family and the ring wasn't ready. I wasn't going to propose then, but we went away and then we came back home for 2 days and then we were going away again, and that second away time was where I was going to propose.
Did she know, like, had she seen the ring at all? Like, had
No.
you guys talked about that? So you picked out her ring.
Oh, no.
Full stop.
I knew which kind of ring she wanted.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
not like we went and she tried it on and whatever. She had zero idea.
So was she, like, did she, like, leave hints and clues, or was this something you guys openly discussed?
No, we talked about it before,
Gotcha.
right?
Okay.
But she had no
Okay.
idea that I went and I bought the ring. She had no idea that I was going to propose on this particular weekend.
Interesting.
And when we got back and we had prepared for our weekend getaway, I said that I got a phone call from my dad and his car broke down on the side of the highway and I had to go and help him out.
It's a bad lie.
A terrible lie.
It's a terrible
but
lie.
I got nervous in the moment and I didn't know what to do.
It's a terrible lie.
And then she was like, oh, well, I love your dad. Let me come and help.
Yes.
Oh,
and
no,
then
no.
I was like, no.
No, I don't want you to.
Yeah.
I don't need your help.
And I was like, no, it's okay. Whatever. It's going to be with my dad. Just me and my dad. And
Yeah.
she actually said, like, her feelings were hurt, right?
No.
But I was going to pick up the ring.
Yeah.
And then I said, Dad, I called my dad and I was like, Dad, you have to lie for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't
Yeah,
tell
exactly.
I didn't tell him in advance. I told
Right.
him when I got to the store.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Now
was
your
like,
dad's a liar.
By the way, if Jenna calls you, just tell her that the car broke down. I'm on my way to pick you up.
Yeah. You should say in a situation like this, like if you don't want your wife to come or your fiance, your girlfriend to come, right? You have to say something like this. First of all, you need to know somebody you work with that you sort of get along with that they don't like. Right? Okay. You have to have that name on the ready.
Okay.
And so you have to say something like this, right? If you got to go pick up Jenna's engagement ring, you have to say to her and say, hey, listen, my God, I just realized at 2:00, I'm like, I got to go meet Maury. He's getting into paintball and wants me to go and like find a new gun with him. Okay.
I think she's not interested
She's
at all.
not interested in that.
I got nervous in the moment. We'll get to your calls in a sec. I threw my husband a surprise for his 30th birthday on Saturday night. He almost didn't show up because he was so angry that his friends were, quote, only available on a Sunday. Somebody else said, I lie about my references for new jobs all the time. It's warranted because I'm not scavenging for the contact info of my manager from 8 years ago.
Quickly, Maury, when it comes to a lie, more detail or less detail do you find?
It's funny. Less detail is
Less?
better. Less
Really?
detail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think a lot of people disagree with that.
Go ahead.
Hi. So my lie is I was texting my friend's girlfriend, and she thought something was going on, but we were actually just planning her graduation surprise for her.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So you were texting, you got a friend.
Yes.
Okay. And then you were texting that friend's girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay. And then so your friend thought that there was something going on between you and her girlfriend.
She didn't know who her girlfriend was texting.
Oh,
She didn't know it was me, so she thought something was going on with her girlfriend, and it was actually us just planning her graduation surprise.
So was this something that like they were fighting about and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, and she was trying to talk to me about it, and I couldn't say anything because it would ruin the surprise.
Oh, so
and this is going on for weeks.
So your friend was like, "Oh my God, my girlfriend's just texting like constantly. She won't tell me anything about it. Like she's confiding in you that
Yes.
the girlfriend is like having all these stealthy text chats, but it's actually you that she's texting."
Yes.
Oh, that's
And what
dirty.
are you saying to her?
I'm just like, oh, it's probably nothing. You're just gaslighting her.
Yeah, yeah. And how long did this go on for?
This went on for a couple of weeks,
Oh.
and then when we had the actual graduation party,
Yeah.
the girlfriend messed up the days, and so I had all of her friends at we were at Centennial Park. All of her friends at Centennial Park, and we're waiting for like 3 hours, and they're not showing up, and the girlfriend's not answering, and then she realized it was that day, and then she finally brought her over after we've been waiting there for 3 hours.
Oh my God.
God.
See what
Yeah.
happens when y'all lie?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks for
That's
calling.
what happens.
Okay, thanks. Love you guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is, got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Vanessa, hello. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing great. Why don't you tell everyone why you're here?
So I just found out I'm pregnant.
Hey! Congratulations. However, you wrote us this, Roz and Mocha fixed my life. How do I tell my mom that my boyfriend and I are having a kid and we're not even engaged yet? Whoopsie.
How old are you?
24, sorry.
Okay, 24. Why do you think your mom, like you obviously think that your mom's going to have an issue with this?
I don't think so.
Oh, all right.
So are you so like, are you worried about something, or are you trying to figure out like a cool way to tell them, or are you worried that the reaction is going to be unfavorable?
I think it's more of just like when you tell everybody, including like your mom, your siblings, everybody who's close to you, I guess it's more of like, how is everybody going to react?
Well, don't you think that they're all going to like be happy for you?
I would say yes. I hope.
So how long have you and the boyfriend been together?
Just over 6 years.
Oh, okay.
all
So
right.
you guys are good, right?
I don't think you have anything to worry
I would
about.
say that the only thing in all of this, if it's going to go well and you think that, people aren't going to be, pissy about it, I would say that the only priority in all of this is to make sure your mom doesn't find out from someone else.
Yeah, that's very true.
Else, other than your boyfriend, no?
Yeah, a couple friends and then one of my siblings. And
Yeah, you got to tell you that, Mom.
Word's going to start to spread.
You are getting into dangerous territory. Your mom can't find out from somebody else.
No, probably not.
Probably not. No.
Does your boyfriend, do his parents know?
Yes.
Oh my God! Yo! Everybody else knows. Because you know what's going to happen, Vanessa, is that your mom is going to say, who else knows? And then you're going to have to fess up and say literally everyone.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just finished saying to us, yeah, a few friends, also my sibling, also his parents.
Yeah, you need to now figure out a way to justify telling your mom.
So would I do it as an exciting thing then?
Yeah, I think you may have to do
Yeah.
some sort of gesture.
You have to go over the top.
Yeah, I think yeah, exactly. I think you got to make this now a thing, a big showy thing.
Hold on a second. Vanessa, do you want to tell her on the radio with us right now?
I think she's still sleeping. I'm not going to
Whatever.
lie.
Who cares? We'll call her.
Yeah.
We'll call her.
What's her number? What's her number? Don't worry, I'm going to bleep it out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's her number?
Oh my God.
I know, you got to look in your phone. Nobody remembers numbers anymore.
No, I know, but
1 second. Let me take the phone off right here.
when your mom says, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" I'm going to tell her it's because you don't know her number.
Oh my God. How do I not know her number?
Yeah. Hello.
Yep, I'm just pulling it up now.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Shut up. That's how this whole thing started.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
676.
And what's her name?
Rosa.
Vanessa, don't say anything. We're going to call her right now.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Rosa?
Hi.
Hi, this is Roz and Mocha calling. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing great. Where are you off to right now?
Off to work.
Okay.
Okay.
You know who we are. We don't have to explain that, right?
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
cool. Okay, love. It's really
Yeah?
nice. It's nice to talk to you. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to meet you, too.
Cool.
Your daughter Vanessa reached out to us and said a lot of wonderful things about you.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah, she loves you a lot.
Oh, and I love her, too.
What kind of kid was Vanessa?
Oh, she was a good kid. Very
Yeah.
outgoing.
What's your relationship like?
Oh, we have a great relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's one of four, so
Is
I have a
she-
great relationship with them.
Is she your favorite or like close to the top?
They're all my favorites.
Mom's
Believe me.
always got to say that.
Believe me, no mom named Rosa doesn't have a favorite. Okay. So Vanessa came to us today because she has like a little bit of a problem and asked for our help. So Vanessa, your mom can hear you. You can hear your mom. Feel free to just say whatever comes to mind right now, love.
Okay. Hi, Mother.
Hi.
Surprise.
How are you?
I'm pregnant.
What? Oh, my God. Wow. Well, congratulations.
We just found out. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It is. Yeah, of course. A baby's a blessing.
See, that wasn't so bad, Vanessa. What are you worried about?
What are you worried about?
Your mom is so cool.
I mean, you're living on your own with your boyfriend. I mean, you're not a baby.
No. And Vanessa was all worried because you're like the 10th person to find out.
Oh, what?
Nothing. Vanessa was worried that you weren't going to react and you weren't going to be happy and all of this stuff. But yeah, but everything's good, right, Rosa?
Of course, there are worse things out there that can happen, right?
Right.
See, Vanessa, that wasn't so bad,
right?
I would never be angry at something like that.
Thank
you. There you go. MVP mom right there. Vanessa, it wasn't so bad. Everything worked out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, both of y'all.
Yeah, that's so
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Oh, you
Thank
guys are the
you.
best. We love you so much.
Have a great day, guys.
Love you guys too.
All right.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bras and mochas fix my life.
On Kiss.
Yeah,
baby.
Feeling good today.
Why are you feeling so good today? Like better than normal?
I just got a really good sleep last night.
You did, huh?
Fell asleep right at 7:30.
Yeah.
Woke up
7:30.
right at 2:15.
Really? 7:30?
Yeah, no red lights on the way to the highway from my house today.
Yeah.
Actually one. And then I
cruised.
You know.
Yeah. I found a new way of sleeping. I found not like I'm sleeping, like a different position or anything.
Oh, okay.
But I've been
I thought like you and Catherine slept like head to foot.
like two guys, like a sleepover?
Yeah.
Listen, okay?
don't touch me.
Don't touch head to foot. But your bums still touch.
I know.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that at a sleepover?
Yes.
Okay, Maury. We'll get to you in 1 second. Did
No,
you ever
I've
do
never
that?
slept. No.
You never slept
But
in the
I
same bed as a
remember-
guy to sleep over?
Well, so
what about
there's-
on the same couch where your heads are at different ends?
No, not that.
No.
That's too close. I'd rather sleep on
Really?
the floor. Yeah.
Oh.
But there was one time in Vegas.
Yeah.
My buddy Cliff and I had to share a bed. And one of the decorative pillows that they had, right, was like it was basically like one of those body pillows.
Yeah.
So we put that between us.
Divider.
As a divider.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Damn it, Maury, you were
I
at a
hide
sleepover
those pillows
when?
before bedtime.
Shut up. When did you have a sleepover?
Oh, I used to sleep over with my friends all the time.
What
How old?
But you've said
I'd
for
say
ye-
like
But you've said for
13,
years on the show
14.
that when you grew up you didn't really have any friends.
No, they were my dad's friends' kids.
Oh, okay.
Wait, why
So
was your
wait.
dad sleeping over though?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
was
was
your
like, it was
dad's
like
friend
after
like
a party or whatever, right? And you just
Uh-huh.
kind of just crash on the couch.
So you would.
It was like the same house where while the adults were partying downstairs, I was doing a pantsless.
So these were the
seance
children
upstairs.
of your father's friends, not
Yeah.
necessarily your friends.
That's right. But I mean,
okay.
forced friends.
So you would sleep in the same bed.
Yes.
And then, like, did you go head to toe?
No. Like like normal sleep, like as couples would sleep.
And how old were you at this point?
I would have been 14.
Young.
Yeah.
14? That's too old.
That's old, man.
That's too old.
That, like, put me in a cab and send me
Bro,
home. I'm
yeah,
old enough to
I
stay
could take the.
home by
But why didn't you take the bus home at that point?
Oh,
You're
and then
14
once with my
years
friend,
old.
my friend Lauren, it was an L-shaped couch, so our heads were together, but our legs went separate ways.
Right? Yes, like on a sectional.
Yeah,
Yeah, an L-shaped couch. This is a guy who grew up in apartments, right? That's definitely a guy who grew up in tiny city apartments. An L-shaped couch. He's only seen him in pictures. Yeah, okay, sectional. No, we used to do that all the time. I've slept on many a couch, like just regular couch, where my head's at one end and their head's at the other end, and our legs sort of like. You have to pick whether...
Like scissors?
No, not scissors. I'm not scissoring with my friends.
I'm just asking.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. You just
that's
said.
the line.
That's sweaty. Okay.
And you run hot already.
I do. No, you had to pick whether you wanted your legs to be closer to the back part of the couch or closer to the front part of the couch.
I choose back.
Yeah, because otherwise your legs fall off the couch.
Yeah. More risk of you falling off the couch.
I always chose the outside of the couch.
Why?
I felt that
Maybe easier access if you have to get up.
I also felt that I had more room because I felt that I wasn't squished as much. I didn't want the feeling of another man's legs squishing my legs into anything.
But then
Right?
you could squish your legs up against his legs, which are up against the back of the couch.
Yeah, but I wouldn't though. I would always face out, right? But if they rolled and faced in, then I get squished
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
that's
Mocha gets it. There's a
super-
couch in the studio. I think we have to show him.
Shut up.
It's super uncomfortable though, because what if like in the middle of the night you want to, I don't know, like tuck your legs in or
Cuddle?
something, right?
Yeah, no, you can't. You got to sleep like you're a toy soldier at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like you are up and down, like up and down.
So you never slept where your, like it was feet to feet kind of thing, like where your feet were in their face?
That's what I mean.
That's what he's
That's called
talking
head.
about.
That's called head to toe.
So couldn't his arms just cusp your legs?
He could have hugged my legs if he chose to. We didn't generally cuddle each other's feet. I wouldn't even find that comfortable with Catherine, to be honest with you. But
So when the guy that you were sleeping with on the couch,
yeah, guys.
Is this in the book?
No. Okay. You read my book, Maury. Twice you said.
No, Maury never read the
Allegedly.
book.
Allegedly.
Yeah, Maury never read the book. You're such
Allegedly.
a liar,
You're such a
dude.
liar. I don't even know
Yeah.
why you say that you read my book.
The
You
first
didn't
time
read my
Maury was
book.
like, "Oh, I read the book in 2
I would
hours."
ace a
hours.
Ross test. I would ace the test.
No, no,
wouldn't.
no, you
You're
wouldn't.
such a
No,
liar.
you wouldn't. You would. Maybe I'll put one together.
I'll ace it.
Yeah, you
No,
think
you
so?
won't. No,
yeah.
absolutely
Okay.
not.
No, you will not. You will not.
So back to you sleeping with multiple dudes on the couch.
Yes. Many.
So would you sleep? Would your back be on the couch? His back is on the couch, like laying flat, looking up, or are you laying like on your side? Are you either on your left or your right?
Yeah.
And then are they laying on their left and right, facing outwards or facing the couch? The back of the couch.
Most times we would both be facing out because we'd be watching something on television.
What was the rule the
Oh,
next
cute.
morning? Like, don't talk
Right.
about anything?
What do you mean don't talk? What happened? Nothing happened.
Exactly.
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How old's Matthew turning? Are you allowed to say?
40!
Is he really?
I never thought I'd date a 40-year-old, let alone be married to one, but he
But that's how
looks-
age works, man.
I know.
Were you
So I'm-
thinking that you guys would not be together by the time he turned 40?
No, I'm shocked that I'm like with somebody who's 40 and still
Do
madly
you think
in
he's
love and
shocked
find
that
them
he's
very-
with someone who's almost 50?
Well, yeah, because he tells me.
How shocked he is?
He's like,
So what do you got planned for the big 4-0?
He every single second of the day, he's like, I don't want any parties. I don't want anything happening. Blah, blah, blah. I just want like a dinner. So we'll do the
But
usual
is-
like steak dinner.
But is Matthew the type where he says he doesn't, but then he really does?
No, he
or
actually
he,
doesn't.
he actually
He
does
actually-
not?
actually does not.
So what you're saying is we should throw a huge party on Saturday for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, at your place.
Yeah, we'll all show up.
Yeah, with people he doesn't know, and we'll just do like.
I'll invite some neighbors from my
Yeah.
from my neighborhood and
Yeah.
stuff.
I'll
It'd be
invite some people
fantastic if he walked in and he saw Mocha there. His anxiety would go through the roof.
So how is he doing turning 40 though?
Oh, he's fine.
Because it's a big deal for a lot of people turning 40.
Yeah, I think it'll hit him on Saturday.
Yeah, but
Has
like,
he
is he nervous? Like, is he sort of? I don't even. Nervous isn't the right word.
Concerned?
You can get down and out. I think when I think that like a lot of people just sort of kind of maybe fall into a little bit of hole when 40 starts creeping up on them.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, you haven't asked.
Maybe.
Like you haven't had these conversations with him
No, I mean,
because you were rough when you turned 40.
Oh, he won't be that bad. I know that
No.
right now. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely think. I mean, he complains a lot about his back pain and everything now, and I keep reminding him, going, "Well, that's 40."
Wow, that helps.
Yeah.
Because you
Thanks
had
for the support.
I know. That's what love looks like.
Facts.
Because did he help you through your depression when you turned 40, or was he jaded about
No,
it? too?
anytime I complain about anything about me, he spins it and makes it about himself.
really?
Oh, I don't know anyone that does that.
I mean, that's probably why we're so like
There's
perfect
no,
for each other.
I don't know anyone who does that.
Hears about a situation and makes it all about them.
I often wonder how much you guys actually, when you sit around and talk, like, are you talking together or are you just waiting your turn to talk about yourselves?
I think it's,
like,
it's a
I think it's the
competition.
latter.
Yeah, like I
it's
don't think that there's even a conversation that
Here's how
happens.
dinner goes.
Like I don't think that you show any interest in what the other person went through. I think that you sit there and listen to that. You will listen to Matthew ramble on, wait for a moment to jump in, and then make it all about you.
Dinner
and then
sounds
he
like
does the
this.
same thing.
Dinner sounds like this. Oh my God, I got to tell you about my day. Do you want to know about days? Let me tell you about my day. Oh, my back hurts. Your back hurts? I have to tell you about my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
I
much,
imagine that's
yeah.
how it goes. You don't even really talk, right? Like it's not a conversation.
It's a
Like you
competition.
just everything is a competition. Everything is a competition. And it's only about you as individuals. Like there's no conversations that happen about the relationship. There's no conversations that
Maybe that's why
you
it
know
works.
happen, you know, like that happen about how we both get over our bad days together. It's you don't even listen to each other. You
that's
just
probably
sit
why it
there.
works.
That's yeah, because he doesn't have to talk to you.
He talks to himself.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Anything you want to say?
Who, me? Why? Why? Am I supposed to say something? Did I forget something? Did I? What did I forget?
The date today.
What did I forget?
November 1st?
November 1st, yeah. That's not your anniversary. I know that for a fact. Is it?
It
not
is
your
my
anniversary.
anniversary.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, happy anniversary. Is it?
Oh, that makes sense.
Is it really your anniversary?
Yeah. I was just trolling. I didn't really. I just wanted to see.
Is it your anniversary?
Yes, it is.
Come on.
Because I wanted to go down the list of
Yeah.
things that you would like kind of throw out to see.
Well, I know
if
it's
you
not
were
your
right.
birthday because I already ruined that. So I'll never forget that.
Your wedding was the day after Halloween?
Yeah, November 1st.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
Are you sure?
8 years, yes.
Do you
Of
want to
course.
check on that?
I already know.
Really, huh? You got married in November?
Yes. It's a
Interesting.
beautiful day.
Interesting.
It snowed a little bit in the morning.
No,
It did.
really?
Uh-huh.
Why do I not remember that?
Well, you left early.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Did you
were
guys
there?
stay for dinner?
Did I stay for dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
did.
stayed?
Yeah. I stayed for dinner. It was delicious, actually.
You danced with
Yeah.
my mom?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
And
were
then I
there.
dipped.
And then
Yeah.
you left.
And then
Wait,
I
did you
after
miss
that.
Shawn Desman?
Yes.
No, you were there for that. Shawn Desman sang a couple of songs. He did our first dance song.
He danced with my husband.
Thanks, Maury.
Yeah. Did
you were there.
Did I see Shawn Desman? Maybe. Yeah, maybe I did. Yeah. I can't believe it's your anniversary, and I just pulled that right out. Look at that. Look at me.
That's what she said.
Right, best friends. Best friends.
I have to play for you one of my favorite. I mean, the whole day and the whole night was like amazing.
Yeah.
But the one thing that will always forever stick out in my mind is when my dad was on the mic being a comedian.
Yeah.
And
Jokes.
And just jokes. And then because he's an accountant, had to bust out some financial advice.
Yeah.
My advice in keeping your marriage happy and healthy: never go to bed in an angry frame of mind.
Solid.
Number 2, always manage your financial affairs in a prudent and responsible fashion. Number 3, always keep in touch with your mother's-in-law. A friend of mine said that he did not speak to his mother-in-law for over a year. It was not that he did not like her, he said. He just didn't want to interrupt her.
So funny.
So you're
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Can I celebrate an anniversary today? I know yesterday was your actual anniversary.
Hey.
Right?
Yeah.
How did you celebrate,
that.
Mocha?
We went down. We just went for lunch.
Oh.
So today is the anniversary. I believe it's the 11th year anniversary for Meat and Bolts. Now, I don't know if you remember Meat and Bolts, Mocha. Meat and Bolts. No. Meat and Bolts was something that happened on this show 11 years ago. And it was remember when Dammit Maury would write strongly worded letters to companies that he felt had wronged him?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had no idea that this had been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a hold of a bunch of the letters where he was complaining to try and get free stuff.
Sure.
Free art, free whatever it was. And we would read them out on the show. So the all-time legendary strongly worded email from Dammit Maury was, in fact, Meat and Bolts. And I'll read it to you if you would allow me
Please.
to celebrate the anniversary of Meat and Bolts. Now, the subject, Meat and Bolts.
Meat and bolts?
Not meat in bolts, Meat and Bolts.
Okay.
So the subject line is Meat and Bolts, ? Not impressed.
In all caps?
Meat and bolts is in all caps. Not impressed. Not capitalized at all. Not even after the punctuation. Damn. Maury wrote, hey, I will blank out the name of the company here. Maury wrote, hey, blank people. I'm a loyal blank Tonian.
You didn't say what you think you just said, Shem. Stop.
Okay.
Stop with that look on your face.
Yeah. No, I said, hey, blank people.
Oh, blank.
Yes.
Got you.
Okay. I really gotta hit that end.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only time you should.
Okay. Hey, blank people. I'm a loyal Blanktonian. I'm there all the time picking up stuff I need for home. The staff is great. The store is clean. So when something like the following happens, it really puts a bad taste in your mouth. Literally. After a long day at work, the last thing you need is issues when making food. The menu tonight was pasta with ground beef from blank, your store. Sadly, I won't be able to enjoy my culinary creation tonight as we found a little bolt/washer in the meat. How is that even possible? I'm really glad I found this, as all we keep thinking is, what if I could have died? Or worse, suffered permanent damage to my insides.
I think it would be suffered permanent damage first and then death.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's nothing else after death, bro.
Okay. I'm going to read that again.
Yeah, please.
I'm really glad I found this, as we keep thinking, what if I could have died? Or worse, suffered permanent damage to my insides. I feel this is important to bring to your attention, as maybe there is an issue with the meat supplier or the machine in the store. I really hope blank stands behind their products and prides themselves in customer care. I'm not looking for compensation, but will accept it as a form of acknowledgement for the error.
Wow. So you are looking for compensation.
Thanks
Or
so
worse.
much, Maury Sherman. And so that is the anniversary of I Could Have Died or Worse.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a new show hitting Netflix on Thursday called Blockbuster, which is about the very last Blockbuster that exists in America. And Randall Park plays the guy that runs the Blockbuster, and he's trying everything he can to keep it in business and keep people coming into the Blockbuster.
And it's great because they really point out how fast things changed or how deep Blockbuster fell. Because if you remember, video stores were all like independently owned, right? And then Blockbuster came in and destroyed everything.
Yeah.
And then Blockbuster sort of became like the little mom and pop place. Like people have this like nostalgia for Blockbuster the same way people did when Blockbuster destroyed all the actual mom and pop places. And that's the sort of where the show starts, right?
Randall Park, who we know from Fresh Off the Boat, Always Be My Maybe, which is hilarious. A hilarious movie on Netflix. He's in WandaVision. Also, he is, if you're watching any of the Young Rock shows, he plays the interviewer.
Yes.
Interviewing The Rock, doing the all the behind-the-scenes stuff with The Rock as The Rock tells the stories of his life. So that's who is in this new show called Blockbuster, again, on Netflix on Thursday. Dammit, Maury talked to Randall Park.
Okay, the nostalgia, my God. So you used to work at a video store when you were younger. So you can appreciate the nostalgia of the show and why it's so relatable to anyone who ever stepped into a Blockbuster growing up. I feel bad for those who didn't get to experience Blockbuster. Don't you?
Yes, totally. I mean, it was, I love the convenience of modern technology, and I think it's great. And but there is something to say about getting in your car, driving to the store, talking to the clerk, getting recommendations, reading the back of a box, looking at those little photos from the movie, the stills, and making that decision, that high stakes decision of what am I going to watch, this weekend. And if you choose something wrong, then you got to sit through something crappy. That's just, that's the gamble. And I think that there was great joy and definitely nostalgia from those times.
See, that's Randall Park, by the way. He brings up a great point that when you rented a movie back in the day from the store, if it sucked, it's not like now where you can just like stop and scroll and find something else on Netflix or wherever. Right?
Committed.
You have to watch it.
Or the times you drive there and you really wanted that movie and they're all out.
Yeah, but people don't know what it's like to not have something available because everything's available all the
David
time.
Morey talking to Randall Park for the new Blockbuster show on Netflix.
You said that this was the closest you ever felt to a character that you played. That says so much. Why did you have to do this show? And P.S., you looked so good in a Blockbuster uniform.
Oh, thank you, Maury. I appreciate that. I think that the quote on Timmy is that he is an analog dreamer in a 5G world, and I feel like I very much identify with that. I'm not adverse to technology, but I'm definitely I like analog. I'm an analog guy. I like cassette tapes and CDs. I like having things in my hand to hold. But I also love this guy being the leader of this family. It's a workplace comedy, but ultimately it's a family comedy with all these great characters and the will they, won't they kind of love relationship. There were just so many elements of this show that just made it so appealing to me. So it was kind of a no-brainer to hop on board.
Deepa, are you even old enough to know about video stores and Blockbuster and stuff like that?
Do you remember Blockbuster?
Like, you're 27 years old.
But you never
right
went
now.
alone though. Like you always
No.
No. You're not that old.
Accompanied by a parent, but it was like every weekend. What? Yeah, I'm not that old. Roz. Yes.
Why'd you get mad at that?
I don't know. I don't need to be offended by that.
But do you remember any of the movies that you would rent with your family?
I don't remember specific movies, but I remember every Saturday that was our thing. We would go pick a movie together as a family. But then once all these subscription services started, it sucked because now we don't have family time. We all watch things on our own. And I miss that, sitting down together as a family, looking forward to that stuff. So,
do you remember having the conversation of whose movie you were going to watch first?
Yes.
If two people got to pick a movie, whose were you going to put on first?
Put all your names in a bowl,
and then it would be no, it's not dark enough for that one. Right, we'll watch yours second. There were these debates going on, right? It was a wild time, man.
Well, it's a new show on Netflix. It's called Blockbuster, starring Randall Park. It's on Thursday. Cannot wait for it. Big up and thank you, Randall Park, for sharing your time on the Roz and Mocha Show.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm looking at this thing. Did you see this 3D rendered model of what they think that humans are going to look like in the future and how we're going to evolve because of all the technology we use?
Like our skin?
No.
The AI thing? I think I saw that on Reddit.
So hunchback, clawed hands, and second eyelids could be common features of the human anatomy in the future.
What purpose are second eyelids?
Did everybody just straighten up? Because I think that because of the all the screens that we look at, we're going to have some sort of protective eyelid that comes down over our eyes to protect ourselves from screens.
Eyelid for our eyelid?
I guess. I don't know.
Is this the one where it asked AI to start at apes and monkeys, and then it transitioned all the way up to us turning into robots?
No. This is what humans will look like.
Oh.
So they say that hunched back, clawed hands, and second eyelids, and so
That's almost you now.
Shut up, Maury.
Yeah. Good one.
Clapping for me.
No, I applaud that.
Roz is already in the future.
So researchers worked with a 3D design to create The look of future humans.
Yeah. I
That
got
accounts
3D right
for
here in front of me.
all the problems of long-term use may cause. Researchers
You already walk around like Mr. Burns.
Researchers predict that office work
Look at you now.
and craning the neck
Look at you
and
now.
looking at smartphones
You're craning
will
your
lead to-
neck, looking at your phone, hunchback.
will lead to humans having a hunchback in the future.
How many eyelids you got, Roz?
Spending hours looking down at our phones strains your neck and throws your spine off balance, they say.
Look at you.
Consequently, the muscles in your neck have to extend extra effort to support your head.
Okay, everyone right now.
Does anybody have a bigger head than me?
Yours is huge.
Right.
I'm going to tell everyone right now just to imagine the shape of the letter S, okay?
I got to send you this
That's
picture.
what Roz looks like right now, sitting at his desk.
I have to send you a
He is
picture.
the letter S.
Bro, I'm looking at the model of this 3D girl that they designed,
Mm-hmm.
and I swear to God, like her back looks just like my back. One of the most noticeable changes in the development of text claw, they said, a new term that describes how the hands start to permanently take the shape of a claw due to constantly holding a smartphone.
Oh, yeah.
Future humans may also evolve to have 90-degree elbows thanks
What's
to the
that?
excessive use of cell phones.
What?
Like a shelf?
So this condition would leave the elbow permanently bent at a 90-degree angle.
Man, no.
What's the source for this? Because this seems so far stretched.
Yeah.
So your arms would always be like this.
Like a shelf.
The letter L.
Yeah, like
No.
your arms would always be bent because that's how you sit at a desk too, right? That'd
People
be very
aren't going to be born
comfortable.
like that.
No, you would evolve. We've evolved. Look at all over the world. People evolve differently to deal with the
Even
conditions.
With everything that you're spitting out right now, right?
Yeah.
You still can't. It's impossible for you to even fix your posture and
No.
sit up straight.
Shush.
and like fix your neck. Stop craning it forward.
Will humans grow a second eyelid? That's the question.
I sure hope so.
Previous studies have found that blue light exposure can disrupt sleep patterns, leading to insomnia and other health problems. Excessive screen time can also lead to headaches, eye strains, and even poor vision.
Well, I'm not putting my phone down,
But
so
if
give
we
me that
get-
second eyelid.
If we get a second eyelid, can we have like a third lip?
Humans may develop a larger inner eyelid to prevent exposure to excessive light. Yeah, see, just
I'm good
like
with that.
like a thing that comes down.
Sure.
How
Right?
do you see if it's
You open both eyelids. Or I guess all four.
Yeah.
All four eyelids.
Yeah, I'm halfway here already.
Yeah, you
I'm a
really
future
are.
man right here. You guys don't know. You don't know. You look at me like I'm old, but you should be looking at me like I'm your future.
My old.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Somebody speak.
I was
We
just
can't,
listening
we're all
to
dead.
I was just listening to Jack Harlow's part of his monologue on SNL.
He's a good
How was
actor.
he?
He did a great job in all the skits.
I like
too.
Jack
Yeah, I was just sort of going through everything. I think it sounds like he did a real great job. His timing and delivery on the opening monologue were really great.
Well, he's getting his acting chops ready because isn't he in the new remake of White Man Can't Jump? He's starring in that,
yes,
right?
that's right. He is. Who's he doing it with? He's doing it with it's not Jamie Foxx. It's somebody else. I don't remember. Somebody will find it. But here, listen to a bit of Jack Harlow sort of taking the piss out of himself.
I don't know what it is about me, but people on the internet, they like to roast me, and I don't mind. I think it's funny. One guy said, I don't know why y'all think Jack Harlow's so special. You can find somebody who looks like him at any local gas station. I've heard them say I look like if you tried to draw Justin Timberlake from memory.
Oh, no.
I think my favorite one might be Jack Harlow looks like the guy who rips the tickets in half at the movie theater. Don't y'all agree? There's also a strange amount of rumors about me. You know, some people think I'm only 5'10". Stop it. I've also heard people try to romantically link me and Lil Nas X as an item. But no, I'm going to tell you right now, no. Everything that happened between us was casual and consensual. and one of the best nights of my entire life.
His timing is really good.
It says that he's going to be starring in it with NBA star Blake Griffin.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah.
I guess you got to get a real basketball player in that movie. You don't like that?
No, Blake
No?
Griffin is like a producer.
Yeah,
him and like another NBA player are producing the movie. I don't know
And
if
NFL
they've-
player Ryan Khalil.
I don't know if they've announced who his
No,
co-star might be.
They did. I
Shams,
just
do you
don't
know?
remember who it
There's
is.
an actor named Sinqua Walls. Kenya Barris is also helping develop it.
Really? Yeah. That first movie was great. The original White Man Can't Jump.
Classic. And I know people
so
were
good.
people were mad when they said that they were going to remake.
Yes, because it's one of those movies that is
White
sort
Man
of
Can't Jump.
sacred to a
Wesley
lot
Snipes
of people.
and Woody Harrelson, by the
Yeah.
way, in the original.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Really great movie. So now I'm a fan of Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
'cause
and Jack Harlow really enjoyed his time with Lil Nas X, apparently.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You know, they say not all heroes wear capes, right?
Truth.
At the same time, not everyone needs to be a hero. And I'll tell you why, and you're going to love this story, Ross.
You know me, I am completely against civilians being the hero.
So, oh my God. So this is right up your alley. So there's this guy in England walking along the English Channel, and he's got a metal detector. He's one of these guys that's like just searching for stuff,
You
right?
know, I used to think those guys were so cool when I was young. Like I had dreams of saving up all my money and my allowance money to buy a metal detector because I thought I'd get rich.
Because you never know what you're going to find.
Treasure, right?
Yeah.
Like we grew up on Goonies and stuff like this. Like I wanted to be a treasure hunter.
Take something to the pawn shop. Next thing you know, it's worth a couple hundred.
Thank you.
So this guy's out there with the metal detector.
Yeah.
Finds a wedding ring, okay? And I don't know how he knew. Maybe there was an inscription on it or whatever, but found out it was from the year 1989.
Okay.
Right? And again, not sure what the details were that were on the ring, but this guy was able to find the owner of the ring.
That's a jump. How?
No idea.
No idea.
But he finds this woman and says, guess what? Found your wedding ring.
Yeah.
It was thrown into the English Channel, washed up on the shore.
Wow.
This lady was like, I don't want it. I went through a really bad divorce.
Oh, no.
This was during a horrible time of my life.
Yeah.
I took the ring and I threw it in the ocean. I never wanted to see it again.
Right.
Until this guy,
Thanks.
all this time later, comes back into her life with the ring, brings up all these old memories, and she was like, nah. So now she was like, to him, like, throw it back.
Yeah. Don't want it.
I don't want it. I
Yeah.
don't need it.
What do you do at that point? Because now the ring exists in the world again, right? So
Yeah.
like you almost have to take it back yourself and then
Sell it
like
to
and
Oliver
then
Jeweler.
and then re-destroy it. It's like a horror movie, like where something just keeps coming back into your life.
Yeah.
Like that ring just keeps making its way back into your life.
And it just brings up all the
Oh,
old
I'm sure
memories.
this guy felt so good about himself too.
Oh,
right?
yeah. He thought he
Oh.
was going to be that guy.
Oh,
Right?
years later, and grandma's ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Grandma's ring.
oh, right? Like, he's doing such a good thing, you know? Somebody in the family. This is getting passed down.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, somebody's wedding this summer. Oh, my God. Yeah, no.
Yeah. And she was like, I do not want it.
No, just
So-
leave it.
Yeah. Not everyone needs to be a hero.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Are you a fan of using the self-checkout at the grocery store?
Huge fan now. I resisted that for a long
You
time.
really did. I remember that you were
Yeah.
very much against self-checkout.
Yes.
I love it because I use it as a competition for the people next to me to see who wins.
What do you mean, who wins?
You know, I'll be like, chink, ding, ding. I'll be like, I won.
Yeah, but what if
Win
they have
what?
more stuff than you?
I know, it's still funny.
Oh.
Sure, it's hilarious.
Do they know?
Yeah, but they kind of look confused.
They don't know what's going on. You tell them, hey, let's have a race.
Yeah, I'm winning. I'm winning.
Please.
The only person in this room that I could think would have this thought at the self-checkout is, would the grocery store or said store know if I don't scan something and put it in my bag and leave, right?
I've
How
done
many,
that.
You've done that. I knew it. I knew out of everyone in this room on this show, it would be Dammit Maury.
Like if the watermelon expires same day, you're gonna throw it out
Did you steal
anyway.
a watermelon?
Then why get it?
Because I want
Yeah,
watermelon.
exactly.
Yeah,
Why do you
like-
want a spoiled watermelon?
Because I want watermelon.
Because the reason why I bring this up is I don't know how this happened or how this woman thought that she would get away with it. But in Michigan, this woman at a Walmart stole over $1,000 worth of product at the self-checkout.
Oh, that's unacceptable.
By not scanning.
Over time or at one time?
At one time.
At once?
But like, I'm thinking, how much stuff do you have with you?
So that's hard to do at Walmart.
To scan
Lowest
where
price
you're
is the
taking...
law.
Because you're scanning stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Right? You're not scanning 2 things and then not 50 other things.
And it can't be a boxed item like an actual piece of home equipment or something because those things have like a security tag.
Security tags, exactly. But she was busted, obviously, for trying to steal over $1,000 worth of product at Walmart. And then when security caught up to her, she was like, tried to deny it.
At that point, you just got to you run. Right?
Yeah.
Like you just, you take off.
You leave the cart behind.
Yeah, you leave everything behind and you take off. I understood when this all started with self-checkouts. Reason why I didn't like self-checkouts was, one, because I liked small talk, right?
Sure.
I like chit-chatting with the...
Were you hoping the cashier would recognize you?
No, I liked small talk. I liked listening about finding out about their lives and stuff like that. It was always fun for me. But now the attendants at the self-checkout provide me with the small talk that I enjoy.
So do you initiate the small talk? Like, how you doing? How's your day?
Yeah, sometimes.
How's life?
Yeah, sometimes. But it's a continuation, right? Because it's usually the same people, right?
Oh.
How's your ma? All the stuff, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
You're
very
at the
personal.
how's your ma
Yeah.
stage? Wow.
Yes, right?
You really form a relationship with these people. That's great.
Yeah. But I understood at the self-checkout because with produce, it's sort of like the Wild West, right? Like when all those stories were
I
coming
hate
out,
that.
where like somebody was like, they would take, like I don't know.
Like a bag of apples?
Like, no, not even a bag of apples. They would take like a cheap shallot, right? And stick it on there. What they would do is they would take like a bunch of basil, which is quite expensive sometimes, and then they would just put it on the thing and just type in shallot.
Or you would put Honeycrisp apples in a bag and write Macintosh.
Right, yeah, because that's where, like, to me, that was where the scam was really going to happen, right? All the thievery was going to happen was because there is an honor system. Like, when you have to scan a barcode, that's scanning a barcode, right? Like, that's hard to do.
But produce, you have to type in the code or look up the product and then find the code.
Right.
And be honest about it.
It's totally the honor
Macintosh
system.
is $1.99 a pound, whereas Honeycrisp are $3.99.
Right. Yeah. So I'm wondering how much people are losing on just apples alone,
Yeah,
Maury.
apparently at Maury's grocery store.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is, got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Chantel. How are you? It's Roz and Mocha.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Why are you reaching out to us?
How do you get someone to take their health more seriously?
Oh, this is a tough one. Okay, Chantel, you wrote, it says, "Hey, Roz and Mocha, fix my life. I'm only 30 and I'm a caretaker for my father. And have been for 10 years. Thankfully, my job is flexible and I can work from home and take him to his appointments when needed. My dad is really bad diabetic and doesn't take care of himself. He eats whatever he wants, skips pills or insulin. It's a nightmare. Because of it, he's had several strokes, lost his left leg, lost his vision in his right eye, and just recently spent 3 months in the ICU clinging to life. Turns out his toe was mummified and he's been hiding it from me for weeks. Which then leads to blood clots and bone infection attacking his brain and his heart. I love my dad, and the last thing I want to do is place him in a facility, but can't watch him 24 hours a day. But if he's not going to take it serious, I'm running out of options. I'm so afraid of coming home and finding my dad unresponsive."
Everything that you just said to us, especially that last part about not wanting to place him in a facility that could watch him 24 hours a day. Does he know that? Have you expressed that to him?
Yes, we've talked about it several times, and he always says he's going to change, but I know once he gets home, it's not going to.
Yeah. Have doctors talked to him about the severity of the situation right now?
As far as I know, yes. I mean, I'm not with him at the hospital all the time, so it's hard to say if they have or not, but he told me yes. He says that he's going to need a lot of care, and maybe a home isn't the best place for him, but...
Do his doctors know everything that's happening that you detailed to us about skipping pills or insulin or just not taking care of himself?
Oh, yeah, because that's how he lost his first leg. The same exact situation.
It is not easy sitting back, watching somebody deteriorate deliberately.
Not easy at all.
But sometimes that's all you can do.
Do you think he's just given up?
He says no, but I really think he has.
Yeah. Like he
And-
just has like no motivation whatsoever.
Yeah.
The only thing that you can do, right? Your only play is it's not about the pills and it's not about the insulin. The only thing you can tell your dad is how much you're going to miss him when he's gone too soon.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can do. The only thing you can say to him is how his actions are impacting you. You cannot sit here and tell your dad, hey, do you know what happens to you if you don't take your pills? Do you know what happens to you? He has one leg. He knows, right? When somebody's in that position, the thing you cannot do is repeatedly, over and over, tell them things they already know. He knows all of this and has made his decisions with that knowledge. None of this is a surprise to him.
Yeah, you're right.
The only thing you can do is just tell him how his actions are impacting you. Maybe he finds a little bit of motivation in that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Other than that, nothing.
Yeah, you can just take care of him the best way you can, which it sounds like you have been, right?
I'm trying. It's hard, but
Also he can't use you for that. Like you can't let him use you for that. You know, like if he's going to sit there and be willfully neglectful of his own health, you are not going to be the person who comes in and tries to manage the day-to-day awfulness simply based on his choices. You know, you can tell him how his choices impact you and that we're getting to a point now of where you're just not going to do it anymore.
yeah,
It's too hard.
it is very, very hard.
Oh, girl. I'm sorry you're going through this.
It's okay.
Yeah. You know, when you have a kid, are you a mom? Do you have a kid?
No.
Okay.
I feel like I'm his mom, though.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
And that's no place for a kid to be. But when you have a kid and the kid is like, 4 and it's January and it's minus 25 and they want to go outside with no coat on, parents will instinctively look at that kid and go, if you go outside right now, you're going to freeze. Kids know that, right? You let the kid out of the house with no coat until the kid starts to get cold, and then the kid's going to come back in and put a coat on. Or maybe they won't. That's their choice. Now, you're not going to let them die out there, right? But there's not much you can say to them. There's not much you can say to your dad. The only thing you can say to your dad is just how much you're going to miss him. That's it.
You're right. Yeah.
That's it.
Do you have any help with this? Is it just you and your dad, or do you have siblings? Is there anyone else that...
I have a sister, but she has 4 kids and sports and working and
Yeah. So
It's
it's
on
tough.
you.
So it's all on you.
it's on me.
Well, you have some options there. Roz gave out some great advice and some suggestions as to what you could say to your dad moving forward.
You're right. I will definitely try it. Thanks, guys.
And just see what he says and how he responds, okay?
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
Sending you lots of love, Chantel. Thank you so much for reaching out.
No problem. Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Yes, my queens.
Yes.
Guanin. How's everybody doing?
Real good, real good. Oh, Shem, what's up with that?
Oh, just a little kink in my neck.
Oh,
Good.
no. Can we talk about what happened yesterday?
Yeah, we
Yeah?
can,
You got in a
sure.
car accident. What happened? Somebody hit you?
Yeah, so I was on the highway. Somebody ran over a piece of it was a bumper on the road. They hit that. They hit me. I ran into the guardrail.
No.
And then I went across the highway.
No.
And it was, quite an eventful day yesterday.
Oh, my God. That's
Yeah.
terrifying. I didn't think it was that.
Yeah, it's been quite a couple weeks.
So when you said, hold on a second.
You sent a picture and like 4 or 3 other accidents happened shortly after?
Right behind me. Yeah.
And was that because people didn't see that your accident happened and then maybe they were traveling a little too fast?
Yeah, it was literally right in the exact same spot that I got in an accident. There were 4 other, talking to the officer at the time, and there was there are 4 other accidents right behind you,
4, so
literally in the exact same area.
So 5 in total.
So
Wow.
you're driving. What lane are you? So how many lanes on the highway?
3.
3.
And
Okay.
I'm in the far left lane.
You're in the far left lane.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the guy that hit you was where?
In the middle lane.
To your right.
To my right.
Yeah.
Ran over something that I guess was in the middle of the road.
Okay.
Hit that and then skid into me and caused me to hit into the guardrail.
And then you went way right all the way to the other side?
So I hit the guardrail on the left-hand side,
Yeah.
which caused me to spin out and go to the right-hand
my
side.
God,
But I'm very lucky, right? Like the only damage to my car, and of course there'll be an assessment and all that stuff, is to my left tire.
Really?
Really?
That's it.
So
I'm a little
it
sore.
wasn't Like it didn't trigger your airbags at all. Like
Not at all.
The impact wasn't.
No. And
Like
again,
that.
I'm not really a big speeder or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
But so actually, thankfully, because I wasn't going crazy fast, it wasn't worse. And because it wasn't a busier time of the day, I went across 3 lanes of traffic, right? I could have hit somebody or somebody could have hit me.
So did you know immediately what happened, or when when your car finally stopped, were you like just trying to piece together what the hell just went on?
I was very confused because I was like, did I fall asleep? Because
Right.
you guys know I have like sleep challenges, obviously, right? That was my first thought. I thought, oh my God, did I just fall asleep while driving, which is always my biggest fear. And then I realized that no, it was literally somebody hit me. And the reason I know that they hit me is because the person came out and they were like frantic and very apologetic. And like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Something was in the road, yada, yada, yada. Again, they could have told me anything and I wouldn't have known at that point. Yeah.
So so they got out of the car instantly and started to apologize
just to check to make sure that I was okay. Because again, I literally spun out and went to the right side of the lane, and because of where I was, it was on the merging lane where cars would come. So I was in a bit of an awkward
Were
area.
you pissed at all?
You know what? I was annoyed the whole day yesterday. It was just and look, thankful that nothing bad happened to me physically.
But still, that like threw a huge kink in your day. Unnecessary, right? Unnecessary hassle. Because not only do you have to then get to the collision center, fill out reports, and like at that point, like the collision center, those places are always busy. So you're waiting there. And then you have to wait for someone to come out and look at your car, assess the damage, put them damn stickers on. And then you got.
How long were you there for?
Get home.
Wow, God, I was there for 2.5 hours.
Oh my
I want to say,
God.
but then I also went to the hospital just to make sure that I was good because again, I'm sore today, like really sore, shoulder, neck, and all that stuff. But again,
Did you get a rental car?
I did.
Like
I
insurance?
did.
Okay.
I did get a rental car, which was good. They actually set me up. They were going to set me up with this really fancy sports car. I'm like, bro, no, I'm good.
Oh, so what'd you get?
I got a Volkswagen Jetta.
Jetta? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What were they going to hook you up with? Not like a Lambo or anything.
No, a Dodge Charger.
Oh, come on now.
I'm not a car guy.
Muscle car?
Yeah.
No, why are you calling him back asking to charge us?
No, I don't want the problems. No. I just wanna get to point A. Give me a minivan, bro. Point A to point B, man. That's all I need.
Just in case. But you're A-okay now.
I am. I mean, super thankful. Police were great. Everybody was fantastic. I'm just sore, but I'm good.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. Did you start following that guy who hit you on Instagram yet or no?
Listen, it wasn't a lady, so.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lamar Odom has a podcast now.
Lamar, what you doing? Is it called Chloe?
Wow. No.
Oh.
It's called On the Low.
Oh.
And in episode 1, he talks about the time. You remember the whole brothel?
Yeah, when he almost died in a brothel
situation.
Yeah.
He almost died. He OD'd.
Yeah.
He ended up in the hospital and everything. So he's talking about when he was like, this is like the lowest point of his life. And he was so broke, he ended up selling his NBA championship rings, the rings he won with the late Kobe Bryant. He sold those. He pawned those off. And then eventually they went to auction and somebody bought them.
But like, what did Lamar make in the game?
Oh, 6 figures easily. Like you get your bonuses for being in those championship games.
But like, what was this like?
In the playoffs,
how much did he spend where he was now at the point of where he's got to sell his rings? Like, what did he blow
He
through?
sold drugs, man.
No, but
Drugs, liquor,
I mean, how
women.
much money did he blow through? Like, what was his salary? Like, what was he paid as a ball player?
So at that time with the Lakers, oh my gosh, so he was making 10 million, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay, this is what I'm
$14.
saying.
Yeah, that's per year, by the way.
So when you are at the point where you got to sell your ring, you've already burned through
the
$15 million.
So the rings ended up in the hands of a fan who bought them for $36,600 for one ring.
Yeah.
And then the other ring was $78,000. But then guess what? Lamar gets the rings back.
Really?
Listen to this.
Kobe's last championship rings. That's crazy. Yeah, so make a long story short, but there was a time where when I came up out the coma, I checked my account, and my was like at 0-0. And I panicked a little bit, you know. You know, I'm Lammy, first black Kardashian. People always used to see me up. Got a lot of friends in really high places, and I wish I would have used them at this time. But, you know, I just came out the coma, so my mind wasn't really right in the right place. And I put them up for auction. It hurt me just to even say that. So whatever, I put them up and put the money, you know, in my pocket. I put it to use. Made some use of it. I think that money kind of, you know, helped me even like get back here, which is crazy. But it was embarrassing for me to do that.
So he sells the ring.
Jesus.
And here is Lamar Odom on his podcast On the Low talking about how he ended up reuniting with those championship rings.
Some years go by, and, you know, I happen to make my way back to L.A. I'm like, let me get in touch with the Lakers. You know, go to a Laker game, and, you know, they hooked me up with some good tickets. And I get there, and I see this guy who used to sit right by us. Let's call him France for right now. My man France. So he says, yo, Lamar, bought your rings. I was like, oh, because at this point, you know, I'm still embarrassed. You know, at the time, I was really embarrassed because, you know, after the coma, you know, when I was in the coma, people thought, you know, I was put in a coma by using cocaine. What was really crazy, I was really mad that night because I didn't even have any cocaine to do. As a recovering drug addict, I wish I knew what it was. It had to be some good to lay me out for 3 days. He was like, yo, I have your rings. So, you know, after getting over that embarrassment, he was like, yo, just come pick him up. And, I pulled up on him, and he gave me my back for nothing.
So he gets his championship rings back that he ended up selling, and this guy bought them for $36,000 and $78,000 for each ring. And the guy ends up seeing Lamar Odom at a Lakers game and gave them back to him.
That's a rich guy right there. The most interesting part of this whole podcast is when Lamar Odom referred to himself as the first black Kardashian.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Right? Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Charlie Hunnam, who some of you may know as Jax from Sons of Anarchy, is in a new TV show. There's 6 episodes available right now on Apple TV called Shantaram. And talked to Dammit Maury on the red carpet about this show. The description for the show says, based on the internationally best-selling novel by Gregory David Roberts, Shantaram follows a fugitive named Lynn Ford, who's Charlie Hunnam, looking to get lost in vibrant and chaotic 1980s Bombay. Alone in an unfamiliar city, Lynn struggles to avoid the trouble he's running from in this new place. After falling for an enigmatic and intriguing woman named Carla, Lynn must choose between freedom or love and the complications that come with it.
Looks hot. I just watched the trailer. Everybody's sweating.
Bro.
Like, it looks so hot. Bombay is like...
You know,
like
Charlie Hunnam, like, filming this,
yeah.
You mentioned, like, it being hot.
He looks sweaty. Like, everybody's wet.
Bro, Charlie Hunnam got, like, sick.
Did he?
And I don't mean, like, oh, he just got a cold or whatever. Like, there's multiple things happened to him.
Right.
He got, like, sick.
Oh,
Listen
really?
to this.
Oh, my God. It is Charlie Hunnam. Dude, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How you doing?
Good. This show is absolutely fantastic. You literally almost died doing this show.
God.
You had 4 infections. You had, like, a bacterial gut infection. There was, like, if you got one more, the 5th is free. Honestly, do you get paid more if you, like, work while ill?
You would hope so, right? No, not even a thank you.
Really?
No, I got a thank you. I just got mad sick over the course of a month. I got, like you said, I got a bacterial gut infection, a viral gut infection, I got a respiratory infection. I ended up with conjunctivitis somehow on both eyes, an ear infection, and then I got a bad mosquito bite and got dengue fever. All of the stuff up to dengue fever was somewhat manageable, and I kind of lost my sense of humor with the dengue was added into the mix.
Hanging with me, you'll get some sort of gay fever too, just saying.
Oh, okay, good. I've had gay fever for years. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
That's Charlie Hunnam. On
Where
the
did they film this in Bombay? Is
some
that what?
of it in Bombay and then some of it in Australia.
Right. Oh my God. Both places, like Bombay terrifies me. Australia terrifies me.
But I don't know if you
the bugs
are
and I'm just
if you're getting as sick as Charlie Hunnam got, right? That's got to be a sign that maybe, moving forward, you only film in familiar territory.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Keep it in North America, bro.
I don't know, I guess, but it's just, but you hear that all the time. Like, who was it that something like, was it Channing Tatum was in water somewhere filming the movie and something latched onto his penis or something like that? Don't you remember?
What? That was the movie with Daniel Radcliffe that he did.
Right?
Yeah.
But there was a thing in water with his, he got real hurt doing this movie, right?
Jeez.
No.
This is Dan Mori talking to Charlie Hunnam.
It's acting.
On the red carpet for Shantaram, which, again, is available on Apple TV Plus right now.
All right, when you're done filming for the day, because it looked like you guys were all such a good group of people on set, when you're done filming for the day, do you hang out in each other's rooms, order room service? Is it like some sort of slumber party?
Do you know what it was? It was so humbling. If you noticed, I'm starting to go gray, and I am actually kind of getting into old age now. And I was, for the first time in my career, the old bastard on set. All of these, young kids, I couldn't quite relate. I didn't have the energy to go hang with them. So they did a lot of, they got into a lot of mischief. I went home and got a solid 8.5 hours of sleep.
Oh my gosh, you're boring now.
I know. Look, it's no joke. The gray is coming in thick.
Do you like my beard?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Do you want to touch the beard?
No.
Oh, God.
Oh.
My husband won't.
No.
Oh, jeez. And neither will Charlie Hunnam.
This is on the red carpet. Will you want to touch me? My husband won't touch me, but maybe you'll touch me.
First, you're flirting with him, and then all of a sudden, you want to touch my beard. And of course, you can't talk to Charlie Hunnam without asking about his role as Jax on Sons of Anarchy. And he made the mistake of mentioning something about a potential reunion.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, if you watch the show, Jax dies at the end of the series, runs his motorcycle into a transport truck. So I don't know what you would do in terms of bringing him back.
He's a ghost.
To play Jax again.
Everyone loved you in Sons of Anarchy. With the success of this show, is it going to hinder the possibilities of a reunion? Because you've said that there is a lot of unfinished business. So we want the reunion. Are we going to get the reunion? What can you got to give us
I got myself into a bit of trouble saying, hinting at something that really doesn't exist at all.
What?
I have the vaguest idea of something that could be not even a next door neighbor, but sort of vaguely in the same neighborhood. But that's all I can tell you. And it's so far away that I should have just kept my damn, news to myself.
But you want to do a reunion? Come on, people want that.
If there was a really good reason to do it, I would love to do it.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I should have kept my beautiful mouth shut.
That is Charlie Hunnam, the show Shantaram. 6 episodes available right now on Apple TV Plus.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Just real quick, want to go around the room. I believe everybody on the show has the blue check mark on Twitter, right? I do. I know you do, Roz. Dan Mori does. Shem, you got yours?
Oh, wow. Thanks for that. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Why? Did you just get it?
No, I just know that I'm not the only one who doesn't have an Instagram.
That's what it is. Yeah, yeah.
And Deepa, you have a blue check mark on Twitter?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't.
Oh, are you going to pay for it once Elon Musk puts this into effect?
Wait, so
The subscription?
I'm confused with how that works. Is it if you already have a blue check mark, you have to pay the $8 a month? Or if you want it, you pay the $8 a month?
Both.
So
he was saying that people who
both.
have it
Yeah.
can
I thought
pay.
it was
$20 a month.
So here's the thing, though.
Or
Originally, it was $20,
Yeah.
and then Stephen King, the great author Stephen King, tweeted out the other day, $20 a month to keep my blue check? F that. They should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. And then Elon Musk replied and said, how about $8?
Oh, my God.
Because according to Elon Musk, he says we need to pay the bills somehow. Can't rely entirely on advertisers. And it's the only way to defeat the bots and trolls. And we know that Elon Musk had given the team at Twitter until Monday to come up with this new plan to then push out to everyone. And the other thing, you know what he said to the team? If y'all don't do this by Monday, you're fired?
Mm-hmm.
So
Seems right.
I am, what?
I said that seems right.
Oh, I thought he's right.
No, that seems like an Elon thing
I
to
don't
do.
know. If Monday my blue check mark goes away, I'm not paying the price. I'm
No,
not paying to keep the
infrastructure on getting people to pay, and it's an incredible
will.
it's an incredible undertaking. But I think that the confusion with this is that people will pay for status, because he had made mention of the fact that he doesn't like that Twitter is a place of lords and peasants,
Sure.
right? Where the blue check is sort of status. And so I think that it was taken that if you want that status, you have to pay for that status. But I think that there's another part of this, which is the $8 isn't necessarily to pay for the status, it's to pay for the verification, right? Meaning that if people are anybody who is not even necessarily famous, or, you're not a journalist, it's not paying for status, it's paying for verification, meaning that you've been vetted, because there's so many accounts on Twitter that are bots and that are run by people who run hundreds of them at a time.
And they all have the little blue check mark.
No, they don't.
They don't?
No. The people who run these bot farms, right, they don't have blue check marks. So in order for those to get verified, to get a blue check mark, they would have to be verified. And when they mean verified, they want to put a face to the name, right? And so that's what you're paying for. I think that it's a way that he thinks to clean it up, but it's also a way to make a ton of money. But he went into this saying that Twitter isn't about money. And it's all just so very confusing.
I still don't think the blue check mark, at least for me, I'm still not going to trust everything that I see coming from an account with a blue check mark.
Well, no, because what winds up happening, right? If
it also diminishes everything as well.
Well, what winds up happening if you were like, I'm not going to pay $8 for a blue check mark, and you lose it, and then somebody else starts up Mocha, the real Mocha, and pays for the blue check mark and just starts tweeting as you.
Well, according to Elon, he says if a paid blue account engages in spam or scam, that account will be suspended.
Yeah,
instantly.
but spam or scam what? Like, why can't somebody else just...
Great. So what? Now I got to go pay for the freaking blue check mark.
I'm not paying for anything. I'm not paying for anything. Are you going to pay for it, Deepa? You don't have a blue check mark on
no,
Twitter.
Honestly, I don't really care about Twitter, but if I lost my blue check mark on Instagram, I think I would go insane personally.
Oh, really,
so
huh?
I wouldn't pay for it on
Wow,
Twitter.
you said that in the room with Shemin, huh?
No,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, should have been fighting for that check mark on IG forever.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Aaron Paul, a.k.a. Jesse Pinkman from Breaking
What's he
Bad.
up to?
He's legally changing his name.
To?
Aaron Paul.
Oh.
I had no idea that Paul was not his real last name. That was just like his acting Hollywood name.
What's his real last name?
His real last name is Sturdivant. Sturtevant.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
Is his middle name Paul?
No.
Oh.
He just came up with the name for Hollywood.
Interesting.
And because of the business of Aaron Paul, and everybody knows him as Aaron Paul, he's like, I might as well just change my name legally to Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
So he's going through that. His wife is also having to change
His
her
middle
last
name
name.
is Paul.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Aaron
what am I, his
Paul
friggin' biographer? I don't know.
Doing the story.
Now, but he looks too much like a Jake Paul and Logan Paul, though.
Right. You don't want him to get confused.
No, he looks like their older brother. You know what I mean? He
Part of the
really
Paul
does.
brothers?
He
Listen.
looks like the first one out, and then
Oh, and then the rest of them followed.
and then the rest of them sort of came out years later.
Don't put that out there, man. He may
Right?
regret this. But here's the thing. So he and his wife had a boy not that long ago, right?
Yeah.
And they're changing his name. But here's where things get super strange is that their kid's last name is already Paul.
Interesting.
Their kid's name is Casper Emerson Paul. But when the
you
kid
can give
was
your kids any last name you want, right?
But when the kid, that I don't know. But when the kid was born, they said that they didn't have like a name picked out and they were under pressure to give a name. So they gave the kid the name Casper Emerson. So going through the legal process of changing his and his wife's name to last name Paul officially, they're now changing the first and middle name of the child, whose last name is already Paul.
They're changing the first name?
The first and middle name.
Oh, Jesus.
So Casper Emerson was the first and middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it says here, Aaron and Lauren, his wife, explained that they were required to give a name in the hospital and went with Casper Emerson.
I guess celebs, like a lot of celebs sort of change it. I mean, like Ralph Lauren's not his last name. Like a lot of celebs do that.
We had to do that. We felt pressured when we were in the hospital because we hadn't picked Roxy's middle name yet. We hadn't decided on which one it was going to be. And we wrote down like a thing that we had been talking about and then put that on the actual form. And then before we left the hospital, we were like, give us that piece of paper. We're changing it.
Yeah.
And then that's when we changed it to Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the other name?
Yeah, I do. I'm never going to say it though.
I remember it too.
I don't want her to. It's
Wait,
no,
Mo remembers Roxy?
but yeah, so but you did. We felt pressure when we were in there.
Yeah.
To
Give us a name. Give us a name.
Yes,
Give us a name.
yes. Because you always hear these stories from people where they'll have a kid and then they say, we're going to hold off on the name. Right? I'm like, how do you do that? Because they wouldn't let us leave the hospital unless we picked a name.
Yo,
right?
I have a cousin, okay?
Yeah.
And they didn't give their son, I think it was their firstborn, right?
Yeah.
They didn't give him a name until 3 months later.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that happen,
I don't know. So you know what they called him?
What?
They called him Zippy. For like 3 months, his kid's name was Zippy.
But then guess what? That kid's name is Zippy.
Yeah.
Right?
So as a nickname, air quotes,
Yeah.
they called the kid Zippy.
Why didn't they just legally call him Zippy?
Thank you.
Right?
By the way, Aaron Paul, when they named their kid Casper Emerson Paul, what they've legally changed it to is Ryden Caspian Paul.
That's super weird, man.
So
like you can't
drastically different.
Like, and how old? Like, how? What's the time frame on when the kid was born to when they changed the name?
Still a baby. Still a baby.
But like months.
Yes. Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's weird to like look at the kid and go, yeah, we got it wrong.
Yeah,
That's
you're not Casper
You're not
Emerson.
a Casper Emerson.
You're Ryden
Their other
Caspian.
kid's name is Story.
That's super weird, man. That's really to change both the first and middle name after a kid's like in your life for a little while.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
They could have called him Zippy,
right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, news time. Mocha.
Yes, I love this part of the podcast.
Are you ready?
Of course. Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Did James Corden steal a Ricky Gervais joke? Well, the answer is yes, but how did it happen? So people are turning on James Corden, man. Like all those stories last week where he was an a-hole in restaurants and they got banned, and like it's really an Ellen thing all over again, right? Remember when everybody sort of turned on Ellen, and then you got the feeling that like even like her inner circle was turning on her because a lot of those stories that were coming out weren't coming out from like former employees; they were coming out from like current employees.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
This may be like a Mandela effect thing.
Yes,
but had people not said horrible things about James Corden being a horrible person in the past?
They did, but
like I thought I heard that before.
They did, but it was always sort of chatter.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
It was always sort of chatter. It rarely broke out into mainstream. Like it rarely escaped the lab to where now articles are being written about his reputation.
So what happened?
And everybody else now is like, guys, we've been telling you this forever.
And now he's a thief?
Well, so I'm guessing somebody on his writing staff hates him because he obviously has writers, and his writers have been working in comedy for a long time, and they know their craft and they know the greats. So I'm going to play you a clip of Ricky Gervais from 2018, so not even that long ago, from his Netflix special called Humanity, talking about social media.
But again, that's what the world is like. People take everything personally. I think the world revolves around them, right? Particularly on Twitter, right? I don't know. I'm not tweeting anyone. I'm just tweeting, okay? I don't know who's following me. They can be following me without me knowing, right? Choose to read my tweet and then take that personally. That's like going into a town square, seeing a big notice board, and there's a notice, guitar lessons, and you go, but I don't want guitar lessons. Fine, it's not for you then. Just walk away. Don't worry about it.
Okay, it's pretty funny.
Okay, so here is James Corden.
Because if someone puts up a poster in a town square that says guitar lessons available, like you don't get people in the town go, I don't want to play the guitar. then that sign wasn't for you. It was for somebody else. You don't have to get mad about all of it.
Yo, you're a thief.
Okay,
You're
right?
a thief.
And because in the world of comedy, there's nothing worse than stealing a joke. And you hear stories of comics who do it on stage and then they get really called out for it. Comics have lost their entire careers because they stole one joke and got called out for it. So Ricky Gervais tweeted that bit about the Town Square advert for guitar lessons is brilliant. And then he deleted that afterwards. And then James Corden replied and said, inadvertently told a brilliant Ricky Gervais joke on the show last night, obviously not knowing it came from him. It's brilliant because it's a Ricky Gervais joke. You can watch all Ricky's excellent specials on Netflix.
So somebody on the writing staff.
Somebody sunk them.
It'll be easy for him to figure that out, right? Or for somebody on the team.
Yeah.
Because they know who wrote the joke.
Sure, yeah. Yeah,
So that person's
absolutely.
unemployed today.
Well, are they though? Right? Are they? Does James Corden now want to start firing people for making a mistake? Is that part of the reputation that you want when you're in rebuild mode?
Yeah. He's in a tough spot.
Right?
Oh, man.
It's not an
How
easy.
do you
it's
even
not, it's,
navigate now?
It's not an easy spot. It's
And
not.
James, put it in reverse.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Christopher Anderson, the author of The King, explains why Charles will be one of the most eccentric sovereigns Great Britain has ever seen. So he was doing an interview, and we've all heard the stories before of how Prince Charles travels with his own custom-made toilet seat that people have to install for him in hotels or houses wherever he goes.
Iron his shoelaces too?
Yeah, there was that. He also said that Prince Charles still travels with his childhood teddy bear. He said that he's had it since he was very small.
Was he Mr. Bean?
The only person who's been allowed to mend his teddy bear is his childhood nanny, Mabel Anderson, who he remains close to this day.
How old is she?
How's she? Yeah, how old is
I don't know, man, but she's got to have arthritis at this point, right? Still with the needle and thread?
I know.
Fix her. He goes on to say that Teddy. I think one of his Teddy's sick. I think one of his funniest quirks, he says, is a number of royals have this, and the Queen had it as well, is they don't like square ice cubes. So they carry around ice cube trays with like round ice cubes, and they bring them with them wherever they go because they don't like the clinking sound that square ice cubes make. And apparently he has a very volcanic temper.
Circular ice cubes also make a clinking
But a different sound, though. It's a different sound. They don't like the corners.
Actually, if it's a massive circle, I've seen this. It touches all the sides. It doesn't clink.
Right.
Yeah, but then once it starts melting.
Remember when Meghan Markle moved into that family, and then was like, "God, these people are nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get out of here." Man, if Dammit Maury married into the royal family, you would lap this up and just buy into everything.
I'm waiting.
Apparently, Prince
hello,
Charles.
You're married.
Thank you. He also has a volcanic, quote unquote, temper. So much so that you could trace Charles's temper, they say, back to his childhood, which was heartbreakingly lonely, Anderson writes. Listen to this. Charles has described his relationship with his mother, the Queen, by saying that she was cold and aloof and that his father would bully and heckle him and make him cry in front of other people as well as physically bully him. Listen to this. I think it's very telling that Charles only spent, as a boy, 2 15-minute periods a day with his parents.
Oh no!
Okay,
you
that
see
was
a lot of this in The
Is that
Crown. They touch on this in The
yeah,
Crown.
yes, and it was scheduled. They say when he had his tonsillectomy, when he had a very bad case of the flu, when he fell down the stairs and broke his ankle, when he had emergency appendectomy at the age of 13, neither his mother or his father visited him in the hospital.
What?
That actually does make me sad.
Right?
That's heartbreaking.
Do you remember in The Crown they send him away to like sleep at some school?
And then he described that as being a living hell.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's so it's all in this guy's book. Called
Yo,
The King.
that's
by
why you got to
Christopher
protect
Anderson.
Teddy at all costs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Teddy's sick.
You need your 150-year-old nanny to take care of Teddy.
If I grew up the way he grew up, I would probably still have a Teddy too.
Yeah,
at his
it all
age,
makes
right?
sense. I'm not going to clown on the guy for still having Teddy around.
Right? I think I would. I think
That's
I
his
would
closest
too.
family member.
Yeah.
Teddy. Teddy.
Okay, it sounds like you're clowning him just a little bit. Even
I
after you
promise
said
not.
you didn't want to.
No.
If the king were here, I'd give him a hug.
Yeah. Teddy.
Oh my God, guys. Stop.
Yeah, I'm going to write a children's book called Teddy in the Toilet Seat.
Oh my God, Roz. Let the man have his teddy. Jeez.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Julie Powell, the food writer who wrote the blog all those years ago, Julie and Julia, 365 days, 524 recipes, and a tiny apartment kitchen, passed away of a heart attack at the age of 49.
Whoa.
And they went on to make Julie and Julia the movie, which I really loved a lot. It was a great movie. And she was trending in all sorts of weird places after she died, because now anytime anybody dies relatively young from cardiac arrest, people start questioning the vaccine or COVID and all of this stuff. And people were going really hard on Julie Powell, and I couldn't figure it out, but it was all being linked back to things that Julie Powell had said at the very beginning. And there was a lot of discussion underneath one particular tweet from Julie Powell from October 2021, which is somebody wrote, this was during all the Brett Kavanaugh stuff, when his confirmation for Supreme Court and everything else. So somebody wrote on Twitter, COVID never kills the right people. Our rapey justice will be just fine. Real tragedy. And then Julie replied to that and said, I would argue that COVID does kill some of the right people. The anti-vaxxers, maskers are dying in legions, but yes, it's a real shame about Kavanaugh. Ooh. So it's this series of tweets where everybody is now going in on Julia Powell. If you find her sort of trending in some weird corners of Twitter, which is where I spend a lot of my time. Not looking at stuff like this, but, I find videos like the one I sent to you today, of the woman in the car with her dog pooing on her lap.
I did not watch it. Shem, I was eating at the time when you had sent that, and Shem goes, whatever you do, don't click on that link. So I haven't watched it yet. But spoiler alert, thanks. Now I know I don't have to.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ryan Murphy defending Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. This received a lot of backlash from the victims' families, some of whom accused Netflix and the production of never reaching out to them, and has been criticized for exploiting the trauma and the heavily focus on Dahmer's horrifying behavior. If you remember, Murphy had previously said that he and his team reached out to over 20 victims' families and friends during their 3.5 years of research, and that he said, quote, not a single person responded to us in that process. And then he goes on to say, what are the rules now? Should we never do a movie about a tyrant? And in the same interview, they asked him about, you remember when they removed the LGBTQ tag off Dahmer?
Yes.
And
week 2 that it was on.
Yeah. Ryan Murphy was actually pissed about that.
Really?
He said, I don't think all gay stories have to be happy stories. There was a moment on Netflix where they removed the LGBTQ tag from Dahmer, and I didn't like it. And I asked why they did that. And they said because people were upset because it was an upsetting story. And I was like, well, yeah, but it was a story of a gay man, and more importantly, his gay victims. So that is Ryan Murphy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ice-T becomes the longest running male actor on a single TV show in history, if you can believe that.
Tutuola.
Ice-T's character, Tutuola, on Law & Order SVU, which started in, I think, like the year 2000 or something like that, and it's still on.
He's been on since 2001.
He joined the cast in 2001. So here's Ice-T talking to E.T. about getting that honor.
And big congratulations to you, Ice, on becoming TV's longest running actor.
Yeah.
How is that?
Mariska beat me, but she's an actress.
How is this even possible?
You got to be on a show that stays on the longest. It's the longest running show. So in order to get that title, you have to be on it's all consecutive.
Right.
There's people that have acted way longer than me, but to be on one show continuously for that long, it has never been done.
Are you having as much fun as you were day one of the job?
Yeah, and then some people compete and they're saying, oh, Bart Simpson got me. And then
come on.
somebody
Bart's got nothing on Ice.
Somebody in the soap operas might have me, but
Wait a
different type of thing.
So I was gonna say, like, the person, because The Simpsons was going to be my rebuttal to Mr. Ice-T, right? Where you have these voice actors who've played these iconic characters.
But Bart's voiced by a woman.
But what about Homer?
Sure, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What about the guy that plays Homer Simpson?
I mean, let's let him enjoy it for a day.
Well, I know, but then he also said, I'm sure that there's also some guys on soap operas that have me.
Thank you.
beat
What
as
about
well.
Victor Newman?
Yeah.
The great Victor Newman.
Like Maury, find out right now how long Victor Newman has been on was it YNR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't know.
Yeah. Like I don't think that you can claim that. Maybe you have to. You have to say prime time, right?
Yeah.
You have to say, an actor.
Oh my God! Since 1980,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hello, Victor Newman, mad as hell
who
right
gave
now.
him this title?
I don't know. I think it's like a prime time thing. I don't know.
It's got to be in the
I don't
fine
know.
print.
Yeah, exactly. But Ice-T has done 400 episodes
That's
of Law and
amazing.
Order. I agree.
Congratulations,
I agree.
Ice-T.
I agree.
Right? Congratulations, Ice-T. But
Yes.
listen, Razamoka, we've done more than 400 shows in the
you.
duration of the show.
Yes.
13 plus years, 5 days a week.
The dude only works once a week.
Also, I'm going to say that the other caveat that he sort of threw out there was that Mariska Hargitay, also on Law and Order SVU, has done more than he has. But then he was like, yeah, but she's an actress. I think if there's somebody on the show
Hold
that
on
you
a
work
second.
on.
But didn't the Emmys this year or there was some award show where they changed it? They were like, no, somebody who acts,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Male or female
Right.
actor, right? So they changed the verbiage already.
Yeah, I agree.
Mariska's done 517.
Okay, so I'm saying
Anyway,
that
listen.
you can't claim that when somebody on that actual show has done more than you have. Right?
I don't want it to come because it really sounds like we're Ice-T haters. Right
No, no. I love Ice.
I have nothing against Mr. Ice-T.
No, I love
Let's just
Ice-T.
get that out there, okay?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, facts are facts.
Right. And there's a lot of facts, right? Like if somebody tried to bestow that honor on you, knowing all of this, everything that we just laid out, would you even accept that
no,
honor?
No, give me all the information.
Right.
But he even tried to defend himself.
I know.
But not very well.
No.
He also did it while dressed as Dracula at a Halloween
See,
party.
there you go.
Look at us
There you
being
go.
woke about
No,
Ice-T.
yeah, I know. Truthers.
Love you, Ice-T.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
I was just looking at all those GoFundMe pages for Kanye because a bunch of them started getting pulled down. People started these GoFundMe pages to get Kanye back to billionaire status.
Idiots.
But so if you remember in 2016 when Kanye went on Twitter and said that he was $53 million in debt and wanted Mark Zuckerberg to invest $1 billion in him, somebody created a GoFundMe back then in 2016 with the goal of raising $53 million. They actually raised $57,000.
What?
Yeah, and then tried to give it to Kanye, and Kanye refused. And then they wound up donating it to charity. But it's super weird, man. Like I've been hearing this stuff about these Kanye GoFundMe pages, right? Because they keep pulling them down, and the reason they keep pulling these down is because the beneficiary that's listed is just not Kanye West. It's just like some guy who started a GoFundMe page,
Of course.
right?
Because that money's not going to Kanye West.
No, but the vast majority, when you go on GoFundMe,
Yeah.
there's a lot of thirsty people in the world. When you go on GoFundMe, the entire page is full of make me a billionaire instead of Kanye West. $5 raised. Make my children billionaires instead of Kanye West. $20 raised.
Nice.
Don't make Kanye West a billionaire again by April. $25 raised. Like, don't make it, like, raise money to not make him a billionaire. Like, that's all it says. And people donate it. I'm sure it's them throwing a couple bucks in.
Of course.
It's like,
Look
like
at the traction I'm getting.
Yes, right?
Stupid.
Like a busker, right?
Yeah.
That first 20's his.
Of course.
Right? But it's all, the entire thing is make me instead of Kanye West a billionaire. Make my son a millionaire instead of Kanye West.
Tell your son to go get a job.
Thank you, right? Fund my nursing education instead of Kanye West. Make me a billionaire instead of Kanye West. Make me richer than Kanye West. Every single thing on here is just like somebody going like, make my kids rich. Do people do that on GoFundMe and think that it'll work?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, beg
why
for
not
money
just
all
do
the time.
something, like actually do something for it, like do a cameo or something else.
Yo, cash out me.
Single moms need more help than Kanye West.
Yo, Venmo me.
Right?
This is just another version of that.
Somebody put their dog on here. Don't give Kanye money. Give to Bella.
Aw, I'm sold. Yeah.
Diva's going to empty her life savings. So for
And
Bella.
by the way, that's $25. That's one of the highest on the page so far.
Wow. Well,
Yes. Yes. So anyway, so that's a big giant waste of time.
Stupid.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Drake was out trolling people on social media, and people fell for it. We'll get to that in a second.
I fell for one.
So
embarrassed.
Drake's got a new album, Her Loss with 21 Savage, and he posted a bunch of stuff. And one of them was at NPR's Tiny Desk, you know, where they do the Tiny Desk concerts.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there with 21 Savage, and like there's really nothing trolly about it. Like it seems legit, but only it wasn't in any way legit. So here's Kanye promoting his non-existent Tiny Desk concert. Drake. Sorry.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you joining us today, all the audience, everybody at home. My name is Drake. 21 Savage. And this is our Tiny Desk. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get into it.
Man, I fell for that one so hard.
Then so NPR saw that and they were like, yo, let's do it for real though. Right?
Yeah.
Like why? Like it seemed weird that that's a troll. It seemed totally legit.
Makes sense.
And then he posted a shot of himself and 21 Savage sitting on the sort of remote studio that Howard Stern uses. And they cut together an interview that looked like Howard was asking Kanye if he's ever going to get married again.
Drake.
Sorry, Drake. I don't know why I keep saying Kanye. I gotta.
with Kanye.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with him.
You want to make him a billionaire.
I know. I keep trying. I'm doing my part to make Kanye a billionaire again. But a clip of Howard asking Drake if he was ever going to get married again.
What about love? I mean, could you ever commit to one woman?
Yeah.
Be married. You could be married?
I want to hear his answer. I'm sure I could, you know. Like, I think that eventually, once all this is said and done for us, and that addiction of work and success and forward movement is over, I feel like we're all gonna need something real. Hopefully, it's not too late.
Okay.
But then, like right now, I feel like I get into this habit of dating like 4 or 5 women to make one woman, because I like these like 2 things Pieces about of this each girl, one. and then I like what this girl does for a living, and then I like. So it's just real. I honestly I don't know if I'll hopefully I'll find somebody. The biggest thing is I need to be inspired, so I just need all those things. Yeah, you need gumbo. The gumbo. Yeah.
Isn't that a weird troll? Like it seems so legit, but
completely makes sense.
Headline in the Daily Mail. Drake confesses he's currently, quote, in the habit of dating 4 or 5 women at a time.
Yeah, it's also what I took from it, to be honest.
It's also what?
That's also what I took from it. I was like, oh my God, is this real? Like, yeah.
Brilliant move.
Yeah, but it didn't exist. And then he released the cover art for what he said was going to be Her Loss, was just a picture of some woman. I don't know who the woman is, and everybody's like, well, that can't be real either. But these seem like they're not really funny.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
The Vogue cover?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. And then there was a Vogue cover with Drake and 21 Savage.
So I have Apple News on my phone, right? So I
Yeah.
got all the magazines. So I go looking for this Vogue cover.
Right.
And it's not there. Like the latest one has Michaela Cole from the new Wakanda Forever. And she looks gorgeous on the cover, right?
Yes.
I'm like, oh, maybe this Drake one is like one of many.
Yeah.
My stupid ass goes to Shoppers Drug Mart.
No, you didn't.
To go look for
Mocha.
the Drake and 21 Savage Vogue cover, because I figured maybe the stores will have all the different versions, right? And then I asked the lady, hey, do you guys have the Drake
No, you did not.
cover? And then the lady was like, no, like whatever we have is out there. And I was like, but are there multiple covers? And she's like, that's the only one that we
Drake
have.
had you in the car out to Shoppers looking for a Vogue that doesn't exist?
Damn.
Start from the bottom.
Damn.
So thanks,
Damn.
Drake's sitting there like,
you left your family at home to go buy Vogue.
yeah. Drake's sitting at home like, got him. Thanks, Drake.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So it's looking like Ryan Reynolds is interested in purchasing the Ottawa Senators if the Ottawa Senators hit the market.
This would be Ryan's second sports team if he's able to purchase the New York Senators along with Rob, how do you say that guy's name? McElhaney? Is that what it was? When they bought that Welsh soccer team and did that TV show about it?
Oh, is that real?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I haven't watched the show.
They own a team.
I didn't know that. Good
Yeah,
for them.
so he would be adding this to his sports portfolio because I guess the story is that
Senators are for sale. I didn't know that.
Well, the two kids inherited the team from Eugene Melnick, and then there's stories that they may want to sell. And if the price is right, somebody like Ryan Reynolds, and then one of the sources close to, I guess, Ryan Reynolds said that one of the things that he would be looking to do is make sure the team stays in Ottawa, as opposed to somebody taking the
Right.
team for the purposes of moving the team, which I don't know if that would go over well anyway.
No.
But yes, so Ryan Reynolds may be wanting to buy the Ottawa Senators. Sure, right?
I'm down.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Sponsored by Aviation Gin.
Yes.
Right? You know,
Yes, like everything else in his life is.
The team's got the logos and like the sponsorships on the jerseys.
Yeah.
Well, gin is good on ice.
See, you like gin, huh, More? Oh, I hate gin. I can't
Oh, do
drink
you really?
gin. Ugh.
I enjoy gin.
It tastes like pine needles to me.
What's wrong with pine needles?
Not to drink.
The aviation one.
Yeah.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really?
smooth.
What do you
Yeah,
put it
yeah,
with?
yeah,
What do
yeah.
you drink it with?
Tonic.
Yeah.
Tonic, huh?
and
See, I
tonic,
don't like
man.
tonic either.
Oh.
I don't like gin and I don't like tonic.
Then don't have it.
Yeah. Well, that's something. Listen, okay? No, stop peer pressuring me.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Frozen 2 is being sued over the track Some Things Never Change. Now, a musician named Daniel Grigson says that the songwriters behind Frozen 2 copied a song that he recorded in 2001 called That Girl. So here is a little from Frozen 2. This is Some Things Never Change.
Okay. Hold on a second. But why is this guy suing now? That movie came out in 2019.
Yeah, so he says that the Frozen song has the same beat, rhythm, feel, theme, and words as his song, and he wants Disney to fork over money. So it's not clear why it took him so long.
To answer Mocha's question, when he saw it recently, like he watched it, he hasn't watched it till now, and then saw it, was like, hey, wait a minute, that sounds like my song.
No, it was his daughter that saw it, and his daughter said they took your song.
Oh.
So,
Like, Dad, check this out.
Yes, so this is Daniel Grigson's song, That Girl.
Some people never change, but on a different match or get contacts, but inside they're still the same. Some people never change.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now go back to Frozen.
It's the same thing.
Yo.
Okay, go back to him now.
Elsa fully jacked. Daniel Grigson.
People never change, but on a different match or get contacts.
I mean, I understand if the melody or if the composition was the same, that's one thing. But thematically, they're the same too.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Grigson getting paid from Disney for sure.
Yeah, that's close, huh?
Yeah. Bruh. You can't live your life knowing that Olaf stole from you.
Right? Come on, Olaf?
Yeah.
You think you can blame it Olaf?
He's not in the song.
No.
Yo, Idina Menzel, time to pay up, bro.
Oh, come on. It's not
Adele
her fault.
Dazeem.
Yes, it's not
Kristen
her
Bell.
fault.
Kristen Bell, time to pay up.
It's not Kristen Bell's fault either, okay?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apparently, according to production sources, they tell TMZ that Johnny Depp is set to make a surprise guest appearance at Rihanna's Savage X Fenty Volume 4 fashion show.
What?
Johnny Depp won't be walking the runway. Instead, he's going to be a focus of one of the show's sort of like star moments, which in the past has included like Cindy Crawford and Erykah Badu.
Oh, so he'll like walk out.
Yeah.
Maybe stand there
do
and like
something.
a model will walk by, circle him, whatever.
Yeah. So sources say that Rihanna and her team invited Johnny Depp to be a part of it, and both sides were super excited to make it happen. They say that Johnny has already filmed his part, and it will be included in the show's premiere on Prime Video on November 9th.
Oh, that's so sweet.
As for what he's going to look like, they are told that his vibe will... Oh, man.
What?
If somebody said this about me, I'd never be able to live it down.
Go.
They describe Johnny Depp's look in the fashion show as, quote, cool and chic.
Yeah. Well, you already have smooth, cool dude.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I don't need
That's
smooth,
his-
cool, chic dude.
That's his version.
Cool and chic.
Cool and chic. Good for you, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, so he's back, I guess, and people are allowed to party with him and stuff again.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, at what age does the average person start to notice the signs of aging? The signs of aging. Like where I guess you really feel it, like when it comes to your health. Because when you're in your 20s, you can get over pretty much anything real fast, whether it's an injury, playing ultimate frisbee if you do that.
45?
45, says Mocha. Shem, what do you say?
I'm going to say like 30.
30? Damn it, Maury, what do you say?
I'm going to say 48.
Really? 48? 48? No.
Because I'm looking at you.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
They say... No, that wasn't a roast. Come on.
I don't know. You're sizzling.
Okay, I take it back.
Yeah, see, you just see more.
You
I
ruined
knew.
it.
I
You
knew if I
should've
gave
just
it one
shut
more
up.
chance, that we would have screwed it all up.
You should have just shut up, man.
Age 42 is the year that they say that we start to begin noticing the signs of age.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5
KISS925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.